Hello, everybody. Welcome to the pub. It's Saturday night. Hopefully that sound is good. Right on. Thank you. Yeah, I came here and opened the old laptop and it was not registering a microphone. So I opened StreamYard and the StreamYard wasn't registering a microphone at all. Not even the laptop microphone was coming up. So no idea why that happened. And now I restarted and it's perfectly fine. So I don't know why this thing has this issue seemingly with the microphone weekly. It's a little tiny glitch here and there, but seems fairly glitchy. Other than that one glitch, this thing works great. So anyways, Last Dance, thanks for being here, bud. RW, good to see you. Just Stevo, how you doing? Thank you. Yeah, totally. It's just one of those things I can do nothing about. So let me, Eastwind, what's up, bud? Gonna go ahead and open the YouTuber and get this thing pinned, even though I'm pretty sure we don't need to pin it anymore. I'll still pin it for some period of time and then I can delete it later. I don't like the way it looks pinned up there. There she is. I don't even see it because I don't watch it on YouTube. So we're right on. English Bottle Cap, good to see you too. Definitely a lot of cool subjects to talk about tonight. Let's get rid of a little bit of glare if I can. That helps. Okay, cool. You ready, Last Dance? All right. How are you?
All right. Happy Saturday.
Same to you. Any insight with your knowledge of technology, why it was registering no microphone input at all?
No, I would I would just given that's happened more than once, I would just consider rebooting it as part of the start up the pub sequence.
Just restart and then check microphone volume. And
exactly. Yep.
It's just a stupid glitch because I don't use the microphone basically until Saturday to Saturday, so
yep.
Unless there's a random time that we do a VC or something, but that hasn't been happening lately. So all right, yeah, we'll just go with that. Work that in the old restart. So good week for you?
About the same.
Warmer, right? I mean, things are not.
Yeah, definitely warmer. Starting to get, especially today, we got up to the low 50s today. That was nice. Wow. So starting to melt the ton of snow and ice we had, although there's still a lot left. But man, I'll be glad to see it go.
Yeah, it sucks. We'll have some here till probably May. I think the big piles will really be here till then, but there you go, English Bottle Cap. I guess computers, what does a restart do? Does it somehow I don't know, organize itself sort of,
Yeah, I mean, who really knows about all the, how the software and hardware work? It's possible that device drivers lose track of the device when you put the computer to sleep, and some bug somewhere prevents it from finding it. So
right.
Restart, just, if it works after a restart once, it'll work after a restart every time.
Sure. It's a weird thing, man. They're great, but they're still glitchy. They'll probably always be glitchy because when you can buy something like this for $600, it's not going to be perfect,
Yeah.
And I assume even if you spend a couple grand on a really fancy, setup, you could still probably have glitches or couple grand is the bottom of the fancy setups. Then up from there, who knows? I mean, people probably spend tens of thousands of dollars, I'm sure. And yeah, I don't know, but whatever. Let's get this guy going here. Sorry about that. There you go. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm a little hungover. I partied hard with Jeff and Scum last night, so
Cool. Did you guys end up staying up late?
I went to bed at 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
So yeah, puts a little dimmer on the whole ability to think and form sentences. So it's going to be an interesting pub.
That is late. I went to bed about 12:30, and that was late for me.
Yeah, I did see you up pretty late actually. You stopped in.
Mm-hmm. So, did you see the sunrise or?
Sort of. I don't remember. I fell asleep on the couch and woke up in my bed. So it's an interesting night. Also, for your computer issue, I have a Dell XPS. I spent a decent amount of money on it, but like you said, you can buy an expensive piece of equipment and it can still have bugs built into it. If I run too many things at once, like the mic, the external webcam, and the wireless mouse, and I'm on StreamYards, it'll overload the system, and it's got a bad build to it, and it'll just reset the whole system randomly.
Wow. Huh.
So
is it a heat thing or is it too much processing?
I think that based on, I tried to look it up. It sounds like based on how they have the processor, it's too close to something, and then it runs to a certain temperature, and then there's a bug that it fail safes in the system log, and it gives a crucial error and then just resets.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, well, there you go, though. It's all, like you said, yours is a decent setup, and it still happens. So, did you buy it in multiple different parts, or did you buy it as like?
No, I mean, I bought all the plugins afterwards, but this is all a notebook. It's all a very portable little unit.
Mm-hmm. And it's a Dell?
Dell XPS, yeah. Oh, solid state.
What does that mean?
There's no spinning hard drive. It's
SSD.
It's like a big, just a memory stick inside of it instead of a spinning hard drive.
Okay.
So it's very fast. It's like it grabs information quickly. It starts up quickly. I enjoy that, but you can't play games on it. It's not built for that.
Interesting. Are most of them like that, or just certain ones? Like, what is this? Mine's an HP.
It depends on the build. Yeah, this is very low profile. It's excellent for traveling and working on.
Gotcha.
But it's not built for graphics.
This one is kind of built for graphics. Yeah, this is got an Intel graphics thing there. So I think this is a gaming laptop. I think it's
usually it's pretty thick base and has a fan built into it.
It does, and I run another fan pad underneath it.
There you go.
To really, because I've noticed they get warm. You put your hand right in the center below the HP logo above the keyboard, and there's a hot spot right there that with this fan pad underneath it doesn't get hot. It still gets a little warm, but I know one thing: heat is a killer of computers. So
I'm surprised how hot phones get. Like if I'm doing like YouTube or not YouTube, it's StreamYards on my phone, I got to take it out of the case and like put it up against something cold because it'll just cook it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ran it when I killed my last laptop. There was a week I had to run the pub from my phone. I had two fans, table desk fans here, and the battery was going down pretty quickly, and it was very, very warm.
Yeah.
But even with it plugged in, it wasn't gaining anything, but it wasn't really losing anything. I was probably doing damage to the thing at that point, you know?
I think I cooked my battery too. I think I made a mistake, but I learned.
That was my old phone. You know what? I having discussed it on here. Do you guys have like fully encased phones, like shockproof phone cases?
What do you mean by
No,
fully
no.
encased?
Like mine is all the way around 100% encased.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have the edges completely encased in the back, but the front is open for mine.
You have a glass
Yeah.
sheet though, a sacrificial glass on your front.
Yes.
Okay.
I bought one for my new phone yesterday.
There you go.
The gel one with the protective corners. But they always seem to like work the best. Really, they bounce well.
As long as you're not dropping it face down on the rocks, you're usually okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But those sacrificial glass sheets are worth their money. Like they're not very expensive, and you break that, peel it off, put the next one on instead of breaking your actual glass.
I think this is plastic, to tell you the truth. But
If it's part of the case, it's plastic. Usually, it's the
is part
ones
of
like Glass Dance has, and I have that. It just covers the sides and the back.
I tell you what, I regretted buying on a mobile is the ones with curved screens. You know, the curved screens are supposed to be like helpful, but you just interfere with the screen when you don't want to. Do you know
I've
what I mean?
I've never used one or seen one.
Yeah, fucking worst thing I ever did.
The folding phones are interesting technology. Like
Because you just interfere with it. Do you know what I mean? All the time. You've got to be on
Mhm.
keyguard, otherwise it'll just, because you hold it on the edge, don't you? You hold the mobile on the edge, so this curve in the edge, the curved screen at the edge, just picks up more of your hand.
yeah, it's like a wraparound screen. It goes not just
Oh, I
flat,
see
it
what you're
wraps
saying.
around the edges, so the edges.
Yeah, so just a little bit. But it like I said, you activate it all the time.
With some games and shit too, like they'll have the buttons so fucking far over on the edge, you have to you're like jamming your finger over to try to get it if you have a case. With that type of, my last one had a wraparound screen, and I took the case off of it, and when I got a new one, and you could never see the back because the way the old case was, and the back, the whole thing, because it was a glass wrap all the way around. The whole back was a billion pieces of glass. I never knew it was broken, but it was starting to run weird and running slow and stuff. But when I took that protective case off, it just all this glass just fell all over the place. Yeah. It's cool to look at when they're brand new. You're like, wow, look at that cool glass. It wraps all the way around it, but it's totally unpractical.
Yeah. I dropped my phone in the sink a while back. I've been trying to get my photos and videos. It only went in the sink for literally 1 second. I seen it happen and I grabbed it out immediately. Tried switching it off, but by that stage it said fuck off.
Yeah, that's why I went with the Pixel, because you have that, you can drop it in the toilet and get it out and just feel horrible about life, but it's still okay.
Yeah, I think most phones are much more better protected than they used to be. But anyway, I had all my videos and my family and so I thought I've got to get him back. So I spoke to my local Abduls on the mobile phone shop, and he said he could do it. But I was a bit concerned about all the memes and stuff. So anyway, I got him to change it over. I said, "Can you put it on a donor phone?" And he went, "Yeah." So he broke into the phone and like hot wired the memory over or whatever he did. Well, he done it and it all worked great. But in the night, I thought, you know what? Let me just switch on my flood damaged phone just to see. I switched it on and it worked.
Cool.
4 days it worked, and then it stopped working. I took it back to the guy. He said, "Well, I didn't fix it. I said, "Oh, can you fix it again then?" It's obviously, he said, "No, I can't." That's okay, whatever. But
Interesting.
he said, he wasn't too sure why the phone worked. I said, "It worked perfect for 4 days." It was like you fixed the phone. It was like as you were taking doing your bit, taking the stuff away and put it onto another phone. You managed to see the problem like a dry connection or something, isn't it? Because it went in water. And he said, "No, just put it back together," and it worked. Did it? It's like, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, finicky. This kind of leads me to another subject that is sort of center stage right now with two things that have happened recently. One, Ring has come out with this technology to find lost dogs, which kind of freaks people out because basically your camera
It's the Hive.
basically use its some kind of an AI intelligence to find a particular dog that might have been lost in your area. Does that freak you guys out?
Well, it means that the Ring technology is part of a Hive cloud of spyware, basically.
Yeah.
In what sense?
You have a doorbell that's rogue. Like, it's not just a doorbell that's for
Or
you
an
with
outdoor
private
cam.
use.
I don't have the Ring doorbell. I have a Ring outdoor cams, but they're the same technology.
Right.
Yeah, they
I
can
just-
connect them,
I'm
they
not
can connect them all
comfortable.
together, can't they?
I can see that it's helpful. Like, don't get me wrong. Like the Goon 3 case or whatever her name is, and people that are looking for shooters or whatever, they use it. They use the Tesla cams and they use Ring doorbell cameras all the time now for investigative purposes.
Yeah.
I don't like any technology that's data mining information and sending it to corporate. I just don't like that.
It's just a little movement off that. And what I found out, I was not surprised when I was told it, but it wasn't Grok, it was Chat GPT. But I presume they all work exactly the same.
Yeah.
And they said that every command you put in, it's logged to your personal self. So it's not a data mining of of everything you've lost it in its lifetime will be put to you. And it'll be like stuck to you. Do you know what I mean? It'll be connected to you.
Sure.
So I thought, yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
Thought about it. You know what I mean?
I do. I mean, with the Ring thing, you already have Ring neighbors, so everybody bands together and describes, oh, there's this porch pirate or whatever guy checking car doors, doing this and that in the neighborhood. That's sort of a real time, but I guess I have a hard time. The dog finding part, the app, you have to opt into.
Yeah, I think
I don't think it. I don't find it to be that bad. Maybe call me naive, but if you're willing to opt into something, then you understand what you're doing. If you don't,
I agree. As long as it's not opt in, as long as it's not opt out, if you opt in, you're saying use my device for surveillance.
sure.
Now, you might want more granularity in your opt-in, like use it for finding lost dogs, but not for, I don't know, finding people that aren't cutting their grass to the proper height. Or,
What about violent felons?
well, what about violent felons? So yeah, I mean, ideally you would like to have control over almost everything that your devices do, particularly when it comes to sending the data your devices are gathering. They're devices for you, but they're also sensors. A phone is, it has a video sensor, it has an audio sensor, it has other sensors to detect accelerometers and so on.
Like the smartwatches and biometric.
Right. And you tend to think that all this technology is for you and you alone, but it is useful in many ways to be shared for everybody.
Sure.
Even something as simple as Find My iPhone, that won't work if everybody goes into their iPhone settings and says, I don't want to participate in Find My iPhone. Because that works by, unfortunately, with Apple, there is no opt-in. You are opted in by default.
By
and
purchase.
you have to opt out.
Right.
But it works well because, in the sense that if I lose my iPhone, I know that there will be other iPhones that will pass by and will register its presence, and I'll be able to find it.
Right. I mean, the part that Eastwind was talking about with the Nest cams that were at Nancy Guthrie's house were off subscription, which means they would only allow the user to have real-time coverage with no recording. And the way that they're supposed to be programmed is that they overwrite or over-record themselves periodically 8 times a day or something like that. And again, the user does not have access to it. But they were able to go back and somehow find the video
Somehow. It's hilarious.
after it supposedly is gone.
Right. It's a miracle.
What is it? Was it in some hidden drive somewhere, or did it overwrite with other video, but it was still findable? I don't know.
What's up, Riddle? I think they're just bullshitting.
Oops, sorry. I'll add him. I'll get him.
Okay.
I think they're just. I think
evening,
just like
gentlemen.
Alexa, like people aren't aware of their actual storage capabilities, whether it's
Well,
syncing to a cloud or whatever.
Smoke Steve has touched on a couple possibilities. One is that the overwriting is not a secure overwriting in the sense that there's no effort made to wipe what was previously on there. So maybe they were able to recover a section that was not securely overwritten. The other possibility is that it somehow is downloaded to the cloud. I'd kind of doubt that. Not without you opting in, because it takes a lot of bandwidth that you would notice. It's hard to keep that a secret.
Well, I mean, good evening, first of all, gentlemen. I hope
Hello.
everybody's having a wonderful Valentine's Day. Clearly, you guys are not spending a romantic evening with your spouse on this evening. So we're all on that boat. But I just want to say, well, when it comes to hard drives, any hard drives, even solid states, deletion isn't deletion what you think is deletion. If you put something in a Windows machine, for example, if you put something in your recycle bin and then you empty the recycle bin, that isn't deleting anything. That is just simply deleting the if you like, if you imagine your computer's system has a registry, your Windows has a registry, and all the items is registered on that registry. All it does is essentially put a line across that item saying this is now deleted. But the item isn't gone. It's just this registry has registered it as deleted until multiple cycles of writing data on that device, which will eventually override a new piece of data on top of that old data. So
Is this true for
essentially your
solid
system-
state?
Yeah, I think solid states still operate in that same way. Although I know what you mean about sectors and tracks. This is old school hard drives, but I think solid states is still operates in the same way. It just doesn't actually delete it, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to have recoveries from. So I've recovered stuff from solid states that were supposedly deleted. So it still operates in the sense that the registry registers that space as available space for writing new data over.
Right,
But until
exactly.
new data has been written over that new space, it's still there. The data is still there. for
I'm
recovery.
skeptical, buddy. I understand the technology, but I'm still skeptical.
No, I think
what
because, as
way?
I said, because I had a solid state drive that
I
I
think
thought
they're
I
storing.
deleted a bunch of stuff from, and I managed to recover almost everything.
You think it's
Um,
going to the cloud, right?
I think it's maintaining its storage, despite the fact that they're telling people that it's wiping. I think we're in a surveillance state.
Well, the storage is limited, so that it can't save everything. So that's not going to work.
Cloud storage is not limited.
Right, but local storage is limited. And
Sure.
Mm.
I mean, if you think about all the security and camera systems, the average one cloud-based keeps them for 180 days. Now, if you add up all the camera systems and major properties around the United States that are on the cloud, and how much fucking data that is. It's
mind-boggling.
unbelievable. It's
mind-boggling.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Mhm.
And a lot of the cameras aren't even motion sensor turn on. They're full on, just on. Yeah, it's really, the amount of storage is incredible, man, for security and cameras.
I'm not sure how many
Well-
people think about our level of technology, our baseline level of technology. I'm amazed by what we can do and what we have now. I really am.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think this cloud storage, although storage used to be an issue, I think there are multiple different forms of compressions that you can actually use now, which would take your average video that would have taken gigabytes to store to kilobytes or megabytes, certainly. So you can do that. Also, you can also have metadata, and you don't have to store everything. You just store the metadata. But the main thing I want to say about the dog thing was the reason, the worrisome part of this isn't that your Ring is giving data back to the essentially home base, which basically that's what every Amazon product does anyway. I would never, if I wanted to have an Alexa in my house, I might as well invite the CIA and Mossad into my living room. And it was
They're already on your phone. Don't worry about it.
exactly. Well, I mean, my phone's Chinese, so the CCP has got full control.
Oh.
Do you really use Huawei?
Which one?
Huawei?
Huawei? No, not Huawei. It's a Xiaomi, and I've got
Oh.
another one which is Honor. And prior to that, I had a OnePlus. They're all Chinese.
Oh,
across the board.
gotcha.
So yeah, I'm screwed. But no, I mean the thing about the Ring is the fact that it can detect a dog. It can also detect your face. That means all of these are they have facial recognition, certainly
Oh.
character recognition.
Speaking
So
of which,
that's what's actually happening with all the Ring cameras. Is essentially they're mapping out your entire neighborhood with facial recognition.
And just to add to that, I seen a report today where the Metropolitan Police are now going through train stations with live facial recognition, where they say they have a database of hot targets. If you're not in the hot target, it'll take the image, say you're not in their list, and say that they say they delete it. But
That's not going away, buddy.
Yeah,
I don't think they delete anything. I agree with our
So-
they store everything.
I'm just telling you what they're telling me, because I've read the rules and everything, and they're saying basically that they have like a hot list.
I
But
got you.
yeah, and they're saying that if you're not in the hot list, you're not actually. It doesn't give your name and address out. It just green lights you, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So that's what they say. I don't believe a word of it either, because in fact, a live facial recognition. I had a bit of a discussion with the guy, the architect, who's putting it out for the UK, basically. He's South Wales Police, because we're the test bed for some reason.
Welcome back, Sean Flam.
He said that they go after people who are missing as well. I said, well, so you're now stopping people for not committing a crime. He said, well, maybe they don't want to be approached.
It's possible,
maybe-
Heather, but it's also possible that she got a bunch of deliveries from Amazon or whatever all day long. It's hard to say either way.
You're speaking about something else clearly, but
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, I'm not happy with them going after people that have basically are on the missing list.
So you're talking about facial recognition technologies. Something interesting that's happening for the Discord community is for teen safety. They're forcing biometric login or biometric ID by the end of the month. So
Oh,
I
that's the end.
don't know
That's the
exactly
end
what
of
that
Discord.
means. My account's verified. I don't know if they're going to then say I have to do something else, but the fingerprint to sign into the computer or scanning the face to show that that's that individual. That's just one corporation that's pushing that agenda that
Do you think-
technocrats already want. and I just don't be surprised if more corporations start to do that
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, do you think that has anything to do with the Charlie Kirk assassination? Because the Discord was on that. Well,
Why?
one way to destroy a product, isn't it?
You mean because of the person that shot him allegedly?
Yeah, because there was a lot going on Discord, wasn't it?
I'm not sure if it's to protect children. Like that's a good reason. But I just simply see it as pushing biometric technologies in order to get rid of anonymity on the internet.
Yeah, but what I'm suggesting, if they made themselves the hot potato, well, not the hot potato, the hot target, because of what happened with that Tyler guy.
I mean, it's
That's
also got
one
a
thing.
very sorry.
I was just going to say, there's been a few others. There was a soldier here in the U.S. I believe his last name was Texiera. I remember that because it's the name of a famous athlete. And he was sharing top secret stuff on fucking Discord. And the guys he shared it with were like, this isn't right. And they turned him in and he got busted. I think.
I remember this, but what was it? What was it? I remember it, but what was he leaking? It was really serious stuff he was leaking, wasn't it?
It was something to do with Russia and Ukraine, I think.
Yeah, policy stuff. What we might do, possibly things into the future.
Or maybe
funding.
maybe troop estimates or death estimates or casualty estimates.
Yeah. Another black eye for Discord on that one for sure.
Discord also has a very large stake ownership by the CCP. So don't be surprised. I don't know what's happening with TikTok. I don't know if that was going to be sold off or whatever's happening with that whole ordeal. But if it's not, I can see TikTok being another company that would use biometrics. I mean, just imagine the amount of data that they can pull from TikTok users.
What is it with a certain generation that they've got to feel that they've got to film it and for posterity and put it on like social media of some description? Because there was some lunatics in the UK that somehow they went into a house pretending to be Amazon. They sort of raided it, and then they got a crypto wallet, and they had 4 million. And the reason why they got caught, you're gonna fucking adore this. You're gonna think this is amazing. They live streamed their escape going down the motorway. Live streamed it. Oh yeah, all fucking cheering and all that.
That's Darwin
like,
Award level stuff.
10 minutes later, this is new. This happened like the last week. 10 minutes later, they were fucking surrounded by armed police and fucking. They're all 16 years of age as well.
I'm one of the topics I'm extremely.
They got away with it. Well, they didn't.
They would have.
Yeah.
You're all aware that the stock market tanked $1 trillion a couple days ago? No. Okay. Basically, I looked into it, and all these people that are supporting AI industries and dumping a bunch of money into the stock market are pulling money out, not because it's failing, but because it's successful. And they're now realizing that AI technologies are going to take over all these things and do a really good job at it. And so there's all of a sudden this fear, like realization, like, oh, this technology that I'm investing in is working. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand how humanity doesn't have any foresight. Like, it's just interesting to me.
Do you know what companies that, are freaking out about AI taking over? Like, is there specific
in particular, no. Just the individuals that are pulling out.
Yeah, that is kind of weird that you think they wouldn't understand it, that like they invested in it. Why would they?
Right, and by investing in it, they quickened the pace at which it could become successful.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the only thing I could think of is maybe like their competitors are using it in some way, but again, that's just not enough to make sense. I don't know.
My fear, my worry, or whatever is how it's going to integrate into the job market. What instability? Like, will the job market stay stable as we go along, or is there going to be some type of summer of love against AI, and people are going to burn down cities? You know what I mean?
Second Renaissance, Matrix.
No, such a thing would never work.
What's
Robots
going to
are
happen
great.
is it's going to be like what was that company's name? Dronbo. Oh man, I forgot the name of the company in Idiocracy. It will just auto fire everyone.
I mean, the market goes up and down. I wouldn't, you know, it can gain and lose $1 trillion of value in successive days. So you can't really judge anything by a day or even a week.
I don't think
No,
it's even
most
going to
certainly
make a difference. Period. The technology is going to roll out. It's the most important technology being R&D at the moment, in my opinion. So, I mean, all these people that are pulling out on their investment are most likely just not going to make as much money as they could have. That's the only difference.
right.
Yeah, I think it's very. It had the disruption it will cause is tremendous. I think it's already disrupting the software development market.
But you're appreciating that. You yourself are praising it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's good enough now, and it wasn't when, like a year ago or a year and a half ago. But it's good enough now where I decided to pay actual money to get a higher tier subscription to Google's Gemini, but for software development purposes. But there's no reason to think it'll just stop there. I think it will revolutionize anything that that's based on a lot of text and a lot of data, like law. I think it will bring legal, quality legal briefs to the layman.
I have a question about that.
As good as a lawyer. Now, lawyers are actually using it in these days and getting in a lot of trouble because these AIs are hallucinating cases and spitting out non-existent citations, and lawyers are trying to, lazy lawyers are trying to get away with using it, and the courts are getting them in trouble, fining them and sending them to the bar for discipline. But they can overcome those problems. Those problems don't seem particularly difficult to overcome.
Riddle?
What's up, Riddle?
Yeah, it was just about that exact thing, actually, about lawyers and them utilizing AI or however that it's going to be applied to the court system, I guess. I have a kind of a fear of that, or at least I question it, right? Because there's plenty of proof that there's a lot of AIs, the way they're programmed is politically biased at many times. So I don't see why they wouldn't do the same thing for the legal system unless it's government sanctioned or something. I'm not sure, but it seems like
how would bias impact
the legal system?
No, not the legal system, but me using an AI to sue you, for example.
How would you use it to sue me?
I don't know. Maybe I think you stole my idea for something, and I want to sue you, but I don't want to pay $100,000 for a lawyer.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Tell me how bias would impact that.
Well, that's not what I'm referring to. You mean like the court proceedings, like how you would file something, I guess.
Yeah, I'm talking about legal paperwork, lawsuits, and motions filed with courts.
I've precedent cases and things like that.
Yeah, I've literally seen A to Z sort of how to do this and the process of doing it on AI, and it's going on now. Where it actually gives you the options of what your options are for the next step, and like I said, I can understand they'll make up cases and stuff, but the proceedings and the options from those, very useful for you, and I'm sure lots of people have been using it successfully.
The bias is an interesting point. If AI is biased towards government, like they favor government or they favor anything in particular, it would be a horrible tool for a lawyer because it's not giving you objective, law-based information.
Yeah.
Well, then that would be the thing that would get caught in 1 second, theoretically, unless there's no oversight, because laws are something that you can find and read, and they exist, and AI can't affect those.
But if you're talking to a lawyer and that lawyer gives you bad information, no one's oversight in that room. You just got bad information.
People who get caught out on Twitter and stuff is because they don't cross-reference. So if you're actually doing Twitter or being a solicitor or lawyer,
Still there?
It would just be normal procedure. It'd be normal. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not entirely sure how the bias, a liberal bias or a conservative bias would affect you seeking legal advice. It could be that this AI isn't particularly good and it won't give you very good advice, but it should be able to at least, I would say for 99% of stuff with legal stuff, I don't know, the stuff you're dealing with traffic tickets and all sorts of things, it could really help people to actually find their actual rights, and if they're being screwed over by a sort of nefarious traffic camera, because we have that in Britain a lot. We have cameras everywhere, and they just churn out tickets all day long. And if something isn't particularly right, you may be able to because my brother, he's a lawyer, he helped me challenge quite a few traffic tickets, with these cameras, and I won quite a bit. In fact, one of them, I had to go to court, and I won in court. I fought the law, and I won. That was a great day. That was a great day. But I still got a parking ticket on that day, which was insane. I came out and I had a parking ticket out of the court. I was like, I just beat one of you bastards, and I got another one.
Yeah, they got the last
London
lap.
is terrific. Yeah, they did. They got the last lap. I still had to pay a fine. But either way, what I'm saying is, the laborious stuff that law, is required. You needing someone who's been through that crap. I think that's the part that it would help for the day-to-day stuff. But you're not going to get out of some kind of murder or some craziness, or your last visit to the Epstein Island. I'm pretty sure you're screwed. But day-to-day stuff, DMV stuff.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. It's beyond what I could, because I don't know how that would work.
Can I change this? Can I change the subject?
Sure.
Are we ready to
If
change?
anybody else wants to expound on this any further,
No, that's fine.
I'm fine. AI is never a hit.
Yeah, slippery.
Yeah.
So branding. So I'm going to talk about branding. So Bugatti, Matt Armstrong on YouTube, he's currently repairing a Bugatti Chiron from like a day trader, actually, some sort of very successful day trader. He crashed his Bugatti. He then bought it back off the insurance. Well, he bought it back off Copart. And then Bugatti, Bugattis can only get repaired in like 2 places in the world or something. Bugattis, they're unlike Ferraris. Ferrari will sell you stuff. Lamborghini will sell you stuff. Maserati will sell you stuff. McLaren will sell you stuff. Bugatti won't. And so, right to repair. And they're saying you can't do it, and they're giving loads of these reasons. And it's got really hostile, should we say.
What's the name of this vehicle you're saying? I don't understand the word.
Bugatti.
Bugatti.
Oh, Bugatti. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So what's turning out to happen is that the person who's bought his car back off the Copart, as it turns out, Bugatti should have bought their car back. That's what it means. He bought his car back. They want to take the car off him so they can repair it back in France. He's saying no because I'll never give it back, and it'll be like the bill will just keep on going up. So they got like quite hostile on it. So what actually turned up happening was he got Matt Armstrong that repairs hypercars and supercars, and now he's going through it. He's repairing the vehicle. It turns out there's a lot of parts that are available on normal saloon cars, like knee airbags, like an A3 from an A3 Audi, and they're like £34 on fucking eBay and stuff. And it turns out that quite a lot of stuff, once again, is on normal cars, and there's like a Passat, there's a Passat airbag and stuff. So they've actually split the car in half, and like I said, the Bugatti chief said you need like specialist equipment to split the car in half. It's all technical, and they literally just got like little trolley things you put under your body to fall under a car.
Yep.
They literally just got these little trolley things and just separated the car. So they're actually repairing it, and it's crazy, really.
Are they being sued?
Well, the risk of them being sued might be quite high at this stage.
It's interesting because I believe Tesla also only allows Tesla to work on their vehicles, and John Deere, the newer tractors, only allows John Deere technicians to work on the tractors if it's under contract. And for John Deere, at least, it's causing massive issues because people can't do their crops because they have to wait for a technician, and so they'll lose all their crops. So these corporations are losing investors or customers because it screws them.
Yeah.
And you said Passat is a Volkswagen, and Volkswagen purchased Bugatti some years back.
Yes. So
of course, they're going to find some. They're going to save some money. They're going to use the highest end Volkswagen parts where they can get away with it for whatever, a fucking door latch or an airbag. But certainly beats having some custom Bugatti bullshit that doesn't do it differently. So.
But they wanted like 1.7 million was their first quote or whatever. Originally, their first quote was like more than that. Yeah, to fix it. It's a £5 million car.
I've seen the video. I think Space, what you're talking about, a part. There was this part. I don't know. It was like a door part or a panel or something. And Bugatti was going to charge like $12,000 for that part, and they found that it was like a Volkswagen part, which was like a couple of $100. Of
course.
And they just replaced it with that. And that's the thing. Do you know that Ferrari in their contracts, if you change a Ferrari's parts without their consent, they will ban you from buying other Ferraris. They won't let you. They literally bar you.
Even if you change the color of the Ferrari, you've got to get authorization off Ferrari. Change the color.
They will bar you from buying Ferraris. Of course, it's stupid because you just go buy a second-hand Ferrari from another Ferrari owner. But if you want to buy a brand new one, they'll ban you.
The only thing Matt Armstrong has got a problem with that he reckons is the headlights. But the headlights cost £150,000. Right?
Ridiculous.
Just the headlights. But there's no parts available anywhere in the world for a Bugatti Chiron. Turns out someone has got a pair of headlights, right? That there was a write-off or some burn damage or something, but the headlights are there, and the guy wants £150,000 for them.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Second hand. Sorry, that's the price. That's the price the guy on eBay is charging from now. If you went on eBay, I think you'll find him because that's the £150,000 second hand. I don't know. I don't think Bugatti given a price on them, but because they don't really sell out, they don't sell to anyone.
Did he ever sell them? Are they still there?
Well, I think they're going to come to a deal because the headlights are really, really technical.
Oh man!
The bumper. They're going to 3D. They're going to 3D the bumper. The bumper's wrecked, the front bumper, but they're going to 3D it, and they reckon they can do it.
The thing
I
is,
remember
if you're
Jay-
paying so if
I
you're
was
paying
just gonna
1.4
say-
million for a car, you're not haggling over a
No.
$100,000 headlight.
I remember Jay Leno talking about Ferraris. Somebody asked him in one of the Jay Leno Garage episodes, why no new Ferraris? I think he might have a couple classics. And Jay was basically explained that, okay, let's say Jay says, I want a Ferrari Stradale, which is one of the higher end, very expensive ones, or whatever it might be. Ferrari will get you in, but you have to purchase multiple Ferraris, and you can't stop buying Ferraris in order to keep getting the privilege of buying the really nice expensive ones, like the Ferrari Monza, the one that has no windshield.
Porsche.
It's just a fucking hole, a bucket with the steering wheel and a giant
Nice.
engine. But in order to get that, you had to buy 5 or 6 or 7 Ferraris beforehand and commit to buying more after. And Jay Leno was like, to hell with that. I want one car. I'm going to buy the one car I want. I'm not doing this buy
So-
thing because they tell me to.
Porsche do exactly the same thing, Steve. Right? It's a real big problem at the moment because the GT3s are so popular. And then you've got the GT3 RS, which is the track version of the GT3. Now, the thing is, they will not sell you an RS, GT3 RS. They won't sell it to you. Like you said, you've got to buy at least three of the Porsches, right? Like a Cayman, a Turbo, and then they might consider you for a GT3. And they won't. You have to get a GT3 first before you even get the RS. Now, when you resell these vehicles, a bit like the Ferraris, some of them can be worth vast amounts more than when you bought them for. But it ain't the ones you built up. The ones you built up aren't as holding the prices. But like you said, Porsche doing exactly the same thing, and it is causing issues because sometimes they sell them on, and then they get blacklisted, like you said.
Well, that's an interesting subject. We're getting poor feedback from the peanut gallery, which is fine. I appreciate that.
Sorry, buddy.
We'll flip over to politics, something we generally eventually always, bottleneck down to.
Wait. What about James Vanderbeek? Or what was his name?
I never
Oh yeah,
watched,
Dawson's Creek guy?
Dawson's Creek.
never watched it.
I've never seen it, but I saw him in Varsity Blues though.
Oh, hey,
Right.
look, there's
Yeah.
a person moving around in your virtual background, RW.
It's Sarita.
They appreciate James Vanderbeek.
It's alive. Good
It
to see
Sorry,
wasn't
Josh,
virtual
my
at all.
bad. Team
He was
Josh.
on the holodeck.
It'd be funny as hell if she dressed like one of the people in the pub in the background. Just
Oh,
kind of sat at the
that would
table. Exactly.
In the background.
That's
Oh, here.
And she
sorry.
just merged out with a pint of beer.
right.
What are you guys talking about?
Good to
Cheers.
see you.
Wait.
Yeah, James Vanderbeek. What was the movie, the football movie he was in? I think he played a guy named Mox.
Yeah, Varsity
Did,
Blues.
did he die?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
cancer.
did he die? Cancer.
He's only in his
47.
40s. Yeah.
He was
I
only
had never
40
heard of
something,
him.
like 43 or something.
Did
I
you
wasn't
see
a fan of
Varsity
him, but
Blues
Fuck
last
that he
dance?
died so young.
He was also on How I Met Your Mother as Robin's first love interest as a
Oh.
teenager. Robin Sparkle.
Interesting.
Was he like a
Yeah, no, he
consistent
was
like a
young. He was
cameo?
very young.
It was more,
It was more of a
He was
cameo
also-
a couple of
Oh,
times.
okay.
Yeah, he was also
Okay.
in Jay and Silent Bob.
Was he? Oh.
Yeah.
Clerks?
He was was it?
Clerks?
Are you thinking
Yeah,
of
it
the
might have
Luke
been- might
Skywalker
have been
guy?
either that or Clerks. No, I'm pretty sure it was Jay and Silent Bob. Because
I've seen
I'm
Clerks.
sure it was the scene where they were talking about how Jay was saying, I don't suck penises, but my friend Bob over here, he's totally gay. He loves the cock. And then you guys remember that scene?
You know what? He does. It says he does make a cameo. So I don't remember that scene, but but
Yeah,
it
it
does.
was. That's what I mean. It was a cameo. It was some.
It does. It does
Yeah,
say it. Yeah, he's in that. So
Yeah,
What's up,
Scum
Scum?
knows. Scum is a.
Um,
That's a rather scummy movie,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it makes sense.
Banksy, if you watch Yaki Da,
Jackie Ja.
Sorry, which one?
do you watch Yaki Da? Banksy, Yaki Da.
Yeah.
Oh, Yaki Da.
Yakida.
I don't know what that is.
Nah, I don't know what that is either.
Have you
Is that a
guys
show?
been watching any
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
Olympics or the Super Bowl or any of that? I haven't.
No.
I watch the Super Bowl for sure.
I watched the
Yeah,
halftime.
the Super Bowl. I
Super Bowl
fucking
thing.
hated it.
Yeah,
You hated it?
Because so many people were talking about it. I felt like I'm missing out on some shit. That's how
Well,
much
I
Watch
hated
this
the whole
horrific
Super
thing.
Bowl, start to finish, including all the bizarre dystopian AI, weird fucking commercials, the strange halftime show, and the Patriots absolutely were horrible. The whole fucking thing sucked. Tell you.
You think it?
Like Green Day.
I love the
thought it was
game.
being held in I thought it was being held in Mexico. I did, but there's this respect thing in a foreign language. It's like, what's
The thing
going on
is,
here? And he was like going through.
I think
wouldn't
it's
have
the
Piers
stadium
minded-
wasn't
Morgan
connected
did like
as well.
4 shows about it with different guests, and I despise that man, but I still, for some unfathomable reason, I watch his shows. And because he did so many shows on it, I was like, okay, let's see what the hell this thing is, because I don't care. I'll be honest, it's the last thing I care about in this world. But I watched it, and I recognize why Americans are pissed, because it was an entire halftime show dissing America, the United States of America, and just taking a giant dump on it. Everything about it has innuendos. You know those cornfields and all those grassy things they're all meant to be the sugarcane fields,
Sugar cane,
which
yeah.
which Americans took slaves, or the British took slaves to what's it called? Is it Costa Rica? No.
Well,
They seemed
that-
they seemed
Puerto,
happy. You know, they were
Puerto Rico. That's it, Puerto
they
Rico.
were singing and dancing. They seemed happy.
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
representing
yeah. But the thing
slaves,
is,
they
that's
seemed
all it
happy.
was. It was all just different ways of taking a shit on the United States. All the
I-
segments had some
I
kind of
mean,
innuendo.
My
on
only
taking the crap.
my only objection is that I didn't understand a single word of the entire thing.
See,
I
that's
mean,
that's not even my objection. My objection, being a musician of lifelong, is that I didn't like the music. The
The
performance,
music was totally uninteresting, but
the performance would have been tolerable if it had in music that was more to my tastes, but not even that. Like, the guy was off key. He was basically talking most of the time. Maybe I'm out of fucking touch. Maybe I'm old.
Maybe you're just
remember-
racist.
I remember
He moved his hands a lot. He moved his hands a lot and talked a lot. He was talking.
I've
Seems
seen
to be
a
similar,
bunch
right?
of like Spanish speaking people saying, "Don't worry if you didn't understand anything about this performance, because you don't speak Spanish, because we speak Spanish and we still didn't understand anything." This man said it was mumbling most of the time.
Oh wow!
So,
So that's interesting.
even Spanish speakers didn't understand what he said.
I gotta say, like Jay-Z though, ever since he's been
Well-
the guy to pick these halftime shows lineups, it's just been terrible.
leave
Every-
that one
all
up.
Except
Yeah,
for the '90s rapper one, that was pretty good.
Yeah, but I've seen footage of the crowd, and the way it was set up, it wasn't set up for the audience in the stadium. It was set up for the audience on the telly, because when you looked at the crowd, one, they weren't interacting, and two, they couldn't see because they were in this grass field, this long grass field. It was completely ridiculous. When you look at I've seen footage from people on the stands. You can't see nothing.
Yeah, the
No, no,
people who
actually,
had like the people with the most expensive seats, like the first 10 rows, couldn't see anything above the fake sugar cane.
Yeah, of course. Normally,
Further
normally you have
the
the
seats that were up high got to look down and see more of what
Mm.
was happening, but like
yeah.
It's reverse oppression.
Well,
Yeah, it's-
apparently the
you-
Super Bowl
you can
halftime show is
imagine.
no longer catered to the people in the audience in the stadium, because they're the fraction
Or-
of
or in the
actual
country.
audience.
Which is why
So yeah, they're catering
sorry.
it to TV audiences.
do you know
But
who the other
it
major
didn't work
candidate
either way,
was?
did it?
Anybody know who the other major candidate was?
Yeah.
Green Day.
That blonde.
No. The
uh,
other major candidate was fucking Metallica. I think
What?
that might have been a better
Wow.
Are
choice.
you
That would have
kidding
been a
me?
way. That would have
Are
been a
you
way.
kidding? They chose that dude over Metallica.
Yeah.
Would
Yes.
Metallica have been willing to spit the
Ah.
politics?
Yeah, I mean, the
Hell no.
reason.
It's not political.
Yeah, this was
Well,
all.
music
This
is
was
let's
nothing
not-
political.
Let's not forget the reason this guy was chosen was
Yeah.
he was a choice of the woke arm of the NFL, not because he's particularly good at anything. Although he sells a lot. He's I'm told he's the most popular singer in the world, whatever that means.
Oh, you know what? So is the Gangnam Style guy. Look at that.
That would have been much more interesting.
that would have been better. That would have been way better.
Not that I think it's great
I can't
music.
believe
but-
they passed
it's
up
terrible.
Metallica
Psy.
over that.
Psy
dude.
puts on a good show
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
man.
Right.
What the hell?
Would have been way better.
Here's the only thing I'll give him credit for, Bad Bunny. He had stage presence. He looked confident.
So jealous.
He didn't look like he was overwhelmed
Mhm.
by the spotlight.
Hey, 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 hey.
I didn't even understand that much.
I mean, that's it was just
Yeah.
this is probably the most politically. I was an obviously political show, right? But like, it's been going downhill for. When was Jay-Z appointed as the guy that organizes this?
About 10 years, I want to
10
say.
years? Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's way too long. Yeah, ever since then, like it's been going downhill, except for maybe like one or two.
What an
this-
upstanding fellow he is, by the way.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, the Jizza.
Apparently, he really was big pimping. Actually,
Yeah.
literally.
Now,
Yeah,
I've been told by liberals that the real reason that he was chosen was to help expand the NFL into Latin and South America.
Did they say Latinx?
No, but
Okay.
The thing
Yeah,
is, they're
yeah.
Because
idiots if they think
they've
the
been
NFL
told
can.
by the DNC to stop using that term. But
what I mean is they're idiots. The Latin America lives and breathes football. Children in Brazil and Argentina are not looking to become quarterbacks. I promise you that. They're looking to become Maradonas and Peles. They're looking at Messi and Ronaldo's. They're not looking at anything to do with them. They live and breathe. They literally, it's a religion. Football is a religion in South America.
Well, not
So-
Laz. I did watch it, so shut the fuck up.
Ooh,
Okay,
Yeah,
go
I
on.
did too.
What it shows as well is the NFL have turned around and they said, okay, the US audience have had enough of our woke agenda. We've got to really open this up a little bit. We don't really give a fuck about our American audience because we're going to keep what we got, and we're losing them. That I think their sales are down on tickets and ever. I think sponsorship's down for the NFL like it is for a lot of woke sporting things these days. And
Well,
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they are trying to open it up to the world because basically they burnt all their bridges in America in a lot of
And
ways.
when she says we, she meant her and her girlfriends, not me. And I didn't go.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. I know.
Mhm.
Oh, it's too late.
Oh, come on, Steve. I
No,
can
they
imagine
did.
Tom
And
Jones
her and her-
taking a boxer shorts to the face.
No, these ladies' underpants were so big that two of the ladies, I think my wife and another one, each got into one side of the underpants, like in
scum.
one leg each, and
That's
put it
pretty
on.
hot.
And they got a picture of it. These things were gargantuan.
I'm
And it
one
must have looked like a fucking giant beach towel when they threw it on stage and opened up. I mean, this is not tiny, but hilarious. Yeah, those girls
So-
have fun.
The halftime show to me, I didn't watch it, but it was clearly political. And I'm curious how many people think that the Patriots losing was a political psyop. I'm sure there's some people out there that are looking at it from
Yeah.
that viewpoint.
Oh no, they
It's
just
no
Patriots,
psyop.
Oh my God, you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
So,
Who did they
so
play against?
It was an offensive psyop.
Seattle Seahawks.
the Seattle Commies. It wasn't a
yeah,
psyop
Portland.
operation.
Yeah. See, Seattle knows
Yeah,
everything.
Portland. It was Portland, Oregon.
The Seattle
Seattle?
PsyOps.
Seattle.
Seattle
Seattle
PsyOps.
psyops. That's pretty good.
Careful, we got an
Against the
FBI crawling now.
Damn.
Right, I gotta get
Yeah, I've never watched an entire game of American football in my life.
Oh, hold on, not
I
lost.
have
Oh,
no
snarf.
idea what goes on.
During the halftime sort of the concert business, they lost 10 million views. So this is what they were saying. It was on a Mark
Liberals
Price had
told
it,
me
Mark Price.
it was the highest rated halftime show ever.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, it makes sense
But-
too because of the
Yeah, it's fair. Hate watching.
controversy. I mean, it was highly
But
publicized.
what did happen though is during that halftime, a lot of Americans switched off for the halftime because they can record that now. They reckon 10 million dropped out, which never happens. What traditionally happens is 10 million join.
Oh, speaking of conservatives, didn't Turning Point USA do like an alternative halftime show?
Yeah.
Yes, with
Yeah.
Kid Rock.
I'm sure it was a
Yeah.
train wreck.
they
I
had
didn't
a
watch it.
5 million viewership
Probably-
on YouTube.
Probably was a train wreck, I'm sure. But like, does anybody get the numbers from that? You said 5 million.
That
5
was
million
just.
that's like live viewers. That's what they had on YouTube.
I'll do a
live.
quick search to see if I can grab a number. I think it was pretty high actually.
Yeah,
Live viewers,
it was a big success.
Well,
Yeah,
it
no,
was-
that's
it
good.
was
I mean, it
5
sounded like
million.
their lineup was fucking like way better than Bad Bunny. No offense to Bad Bunny fans, Heather.
It was.
But,
It was a proper traditional patriotic
Oh,
American, America. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was
Oh,
that
fuck.
kind of thing. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. I'll be honest. I've just seen clips, but yeah, apparently that's what it
Gotcha.
was.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I haven't.
Everyone's saying it was a great success, basically, and they did have huge views, but they went on multiple platforms, and they're only taking the reading off one platform of all accounts, aren't they?
Yeah, but the thing is,
That's
the stories and reports that I've heard is, I mean, the whole Super Bowl had like over 120 million views. So to sort of equate 5 million just for that halftime show, that it was better than maybe this Bad Bunny's show, but really overall viewership, no, Bad Bunny's
right.
stage,
So
if you like,
the
or
numbers
platform
here,
was 10 times
Hafez,
bigger.
128.2 million viewers for the Bad Bunny halftime show. It was the average, and it was 5 to 6 million for the live viewing of TPUSA. So they pulled a very small fraction of the people that were going to engage with the Bad Bunny content.
There you go. So yeah, no, I mean the numbers the numbers for the Super Bowl, you're not gonna compete. It's a whole different thing. But this is, I mean,
Well,
in all honesty, I mean, I don't care
Not
about
for
the
me,
Super Bowl.
cup of
It's like literally nothing. It has no impact in my life whatsoever. I'm a proper football fan. The thing that you play with your feet, a ball in your feet.
they call it soccer. They call it soccer over there.
Yeah,
But
those
I
sacrilege
seen
heathens
some.
call it soccer. But what I want to say is, as much as I don't care about this event, it is an American event. It is a quintessential American piece of Americana. It's as American as apple pie and the bald eagle. So to go ahead and make it a Latin thing, the part of the world that again doesn't care about this sport whatsoever, is ridiculous to me.
Or the argument to that is that it's Puerto Rico, right, which is a U.S. territory, right? That's the talk about the Cope argument, right? Oh, it's still American.
Okay.
It's Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they can't even vote in
That's what I
elections.
hear.
So if you can't even vote in elections, as far as I'm concerned, you're worthless.
English bottle of the cabs is the apple pie is British. You can't even give the Americans that.
We
Come
can't have
on.
anything. We're not allowed anything. Everything we have, we just stole, right?
Wings.
Well,
Chicken wings.
America.
America.
I thought I spelled
yeah,
that.
Not laws.
Yeah, I thought I
you
spelled-
moron with
You know what?
your identity-based mindset.
Who's
You know
not
what I give
lost?
America?
I have no
The
idea.
Apache
It's
helicopter.
Just
It
some.
is absolutely
utterly
American
dumb
without
rest of
anything from anywhere else. The Apache helicopter is an
yeah.
absolute death machine, and it is
Doesn't say
American.
Oh, he said it. It must have been obnoxious or not factual.
I think the most identifiable helicopter in America is the Huey.
Dewey and Louie, like the Ducktales.
Yeah.
Huey,
I mean, come on,
the
Huey just
Vietnam
became-
era gunship.
Exactly.
Huey, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, my
Exactly.
bad.
yeah. It is so identifiable. I know the Apache sort of is, but if you think about all generations, I reckon the Huey would do it.
I don't know.
Blackhawk.
I might honestly say the Chinook. If you've ever seen one of those babies, they're a beast.
Yeah,
We're not allowed
Yeah,
to
but
call that
the-
anymore because of appropriation, so we got to call them Shaniquas now.
but would they be able to name it? Would they be able to identify it and
Snarf.
name it?
You know?
Innit?
No,
Oh,
you're
they just say
probably
it's that
right.
big fucking
Wait,
one.
you forgot to say snarf, dude.
Apparently, there's a saying in the military that just two Chinooks. Any problem you have, just two Chinooks will fix it.
The problem solvers.
that's
Yeah.
Oh.
sounds like some Asian hate right there, Hafez.
Or
Usually-
Banksy, just say Dagestan, 2 year, forget.
Yeah, it's 2-3 years in Dagestan. Forget about it.
Yeah, 2-3 year. That's what he says there. 2-3 year Dagestan, forget.
Yeah,
This is like the meme, innit?
Yeah,
Did you guys-
joke?
Did you guys see Milan pop off for the Olympics? They had a bunch of protests in the street.
No.
They were, to my understanding, they were shooting fireworks and everything at the Israelis that were showing up for the event.
What the fuck?
Oh, for the
I have
for
a
the
video I can put in the back if you want to see it.
Olympics.
But it was, I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't like
please.
one firework.
Bring
It
it
was like
back.
that 50 or 100 pack that shoots all the bottle rockets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
that
I
actually.
mean, they're from Israel, so they're probably used to actual rockets. So the bottle rockets, I mean.
Get out of here with that weak shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that-
man. Get away! Get out of here with that weak sauce.
comical.
Oh shit!
There's
Oh,
been some
speaking of
Yeah.
speaking of the Olympics, I'm sorry. The ice skating couple from America. I heard they got gypped by a French judge, and they clearly should have won it.
How
That's what I
so?
heard about it.
Riddle,
They just clearly, yeah.
he just totally insulted a major class of people.
The
Uh-oh.
frog?
Gypsies.
Oh.
Oh, what did I do?
You said
Yeah,
gyp.
Fuck them.
Oh,
Gyp
Oh,
is an
Jippos.
arcane
Just call
term.
them Jippos. Just call them Jippos.
Oh,
Just call them
God.
Jippos. They love it.
I thought you were
Yeah,
talking about
go
the
all in,
whole
like-
Jippos.
I
Go
thought
all
my
in.
I thought Chiniqua was the offensive thing I said.
No, I'm kidding. That's just. I was just pointing out that it's hard not to offend somebody. At some
Yeah,
point, you
I know.
Gyp
Yeah,
is
it's
a normal word,
impossible,
but
dude.
it's
I
impossible.
it's impossible. You're right.
Yeah.
It's not
I know.
the-
Since we were talking about figure skating, I was sure there was something to do with homosexuality.
Yeah,
No,
like
but
man,
Riddle,
who did I offend?
I interrupted you, man. Please finish your.
No, it's
your
all
thought.
it's all good. It was just about I just heard this. I don't know too much about it. That clearly this couple, American couple, was like their last Olympics games or something. Was very close to, it was neck and neck with like a French duo, and the French judge apparently just gave it to the French guys, or they gave the U.S. couple a really low score compared to everybody.
Huh.
And it clinched the medal. So that I just heard about that controversy that it was clear that they won, but they got cleared. That's all I heard. That's
What
it. I was-
about the
What sport, what sport was it?
figures? It was like
Pairs.
yeah,
Okay.
couple-
It was
like
Lorena Bobbitt
couples
special.
figure skating.
Not Lorena Bobbitt.
Or no,
Yeah, I don't
what was it?
No,
think
it
about,
wasn't
Tasha Harding?
Bobbitt.
No.
Tanya, but I remember the
Tanya
boyfriend's
Harding.
name, Jeff Galooly, more than I remember her.
Yeah,
name. He had a
She
funny.
is in one of the old metal bar, isn't it? The old metal bar, good woman.
Little love tap.
Are they still together?
Love tap.
Remember Nancy Kerrigan was going
Nancy Kerrigan,
like in
yeah.
that really annoying voice. Why? And she was like screaming on the ground with her busted leg. It was rough.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, the dude snuck up on her in a ice rink and then ran out, and security was like running around chasing him down the street. It was so like Bush League level of
Hey,
injuring your competitor. Okay, I'll sneak in and hit her in the side of the knee and then run like a motherfucker to get away. All right, that sounds like a great plan. Let's go with that one.
yeah,
Insane.
yeah, but don't forget, don't forget if she'd have done it these days, she would have filmed it on a live stream. Just
Yep.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been an Instagram reel.
That I got it. All right, I got a bit of a. I guess it's controversial question about the Olympics.
Okay.
Like when it comes to the politics, right? Do you think that when they're up there and saying that, yeah, I have this American flag, I'm representing America, but I don't appreciate everything that's going on. Do you think that they should hold that kind of political whatever side you lean?
Well, I mean,
100% yes.
there's the Ukrainian bobsledder that got kicked out and wasn't allowed to compete because his helmet had fallen soldiers on it. And so
Yeah.
like they clearly will bar you for politics, but I guess speech isn't part of your uniform, so it's loopholed. I don't know.
I don't think
You should. Sorry.
It's not meant to be.
that's stupid.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think it just like keep it. Just say you're happy to be there and you're proud of whatever it is.
Exactly,
That's it.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
They
what I
should,
think
they should
should
just
do, but-
do what was that actress with the jean commercials did? Just pass the
Sweeney,
pass by
Sydney.
Sydney Sweeney. She you know how she completely nullified this silly little woman who was desperately trying to catch her in a gotcha moment. She just like, if I have something to say about politics, you'll know about it, and that's what the athletes should be saying. They're like, look, this is not the time and the place for this sort of thing. I'm here as an athlete. I'm going to represent my country. I love my country, and I'm going to do the best to win gold. Thank you.
Yeah,
I guess
it's simple. I think.
That's not a question, though. The question begs is a helmet with Ukrainians who've died fighting a war to defend their country, having their dead, the names of them on his helmet. Is that political?
I think it is.
Yes. And,
You do.
and the Olympics have had a zero tolerance on this for decades. It's not like 4 years or something. This has been going on for like 100 odd years. They won't have it.
Let me bring up a
And they-
few different things. There was a couple track and field guys back in the day, I think I want to say late 60s, maybe early 70s, who
1968.
did a Black Power salute on the podium during the
I've got-
national anthem.
Oh wow.
I've got.
You're talking about the fist, the guys who held
Yeah.
up the fist.
Yes.
Wasn't that during Hitler's?
No,
Olympics?
no, you're thinking
Or
of
was it
Jesse
after?
Owens when Jesse Owens.
I've got the
went-
photo. I've got the photo in my hallway now. I've got
It's
the big
the
photo in my hallway.
1968 Mexico City Games.
So they did
Okay.
that, and they were not stripped of their medals, but they were punished, and the team was punished, and
Oh no.
but they weren't stripped of their medals, and they were kind of blacklisted for the rest of their track and field career.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't. They were they did well.
Well,
Really?
I'm just going on what I've read, but you
I
lived
read the
through
same
it, so
thing.
you would know.
But the chap who won during the Germany, Hitler's Germany sort of Olympics,
Jesse Owens.
did
Yeah.
he put a fist in the air as well?
No,
And
no.
no, he didn't do anything.
No, he didn't do anything.
political?
That's great. Wait. Oh, by the way, speaking of the fists in the air Olympics Black Panther thing, was it Black Power or Black Panther? Or is it the same thing?
Same thing.
Pretty much, right?
Well, they were fighting. They were fighting for something then, weren't they?
Didn't they also? It's like I don't know. I don't. Maybe I'm using the wrong terminology, but didn't they go into the White House with guns and kind of make a statement or something like that?
The White House.
Kind of a weird. Yeah. Like I mean, they were allowed in there, but like they had guns or something. This is what I heard. I'm not sure. I'm just asking if you guys. If this sounds
I never
familiar.
heard that.
That would be a
Nope.
photograph I would remember.
Let's see.
I'm digging.
Bill
real quick.
Burr had a.
But
Had
there
a
was
piece
another
about that.
incident on Last Dance. You can probably recall this better. I'll just start with it. There was, I want to say, a figure skater that during a Russian national anthem turned her back or something like that. Made a political statement on the podium. Not as memorable, I know.
I don't remember that.
But
Why?
But I'm just thinking of political things that were done at the Olympics. That
Yeah, but Steve, that's all they could have done at that point because they'd already won gold. They were collecting their medals. So in a way, the only really thing they could do would be to fine the team and put some sort of sanctions on the team at that point because you can't really take the gold off them that stage.
So
you can
just
take the
quickly,
gold off
Riddle.
them on paper and say they did not win the gold. You might not be able to physically take the medal from them, but they could no longer be a gold medalist.
Yeah, but
they could be disqualified, like the same that would happen as if you were on performance enhancing drugs or something. Tests.
But that's a really extreme thing to do, considering they didn't do it when they competed, and yet they've done it when they've received a medal. But you can't strip them of the medal just because they've made a political statement at that stage. They were fighting
after the fact. I see what you're saying. Sure, that's a legitimate argument. I think if this guy, what if this guy had pulled the helmet out of his fucking gear bag and jumped on the sled and went down to won silver, but he didn't tell anybody about it, and won a medal, and won a medal.
He wasn't banned at that point, but I don't know. I mean, the way I look at it, it's like Colin Kaepernick. It was kneeling bollocks. Yeah, you sign for the team. You represent the team. You don't bring the team into disrespect, and you do as you're fucking told when you're fucking working. End of.
Well, that's my take, is that if they allowed this guy with whatever names written on his helmet, and then the next guy is going to have, I don't know, some BLM shit, the other guy is going to have some kind of, F ice on his chest, there'll be people walking around with like billboards. And the Olympics just can't have that kind of precedent, essentially, because otherwise every Tom, Dick, and Harry from around the world is going to have some gripe that they're going to spray paint onto their back.
What was that about Tom, Terry, Dick?
I will reluctantly agree with you guys on this one, even though in spirit I want to agree with this guy because, after all, fuck Russia, and I think he really wanted to honor his dead countrymen. And I think I would think like, oh, if it was a fucking guy who was an ex-army guy who happened to be an Olympic athlete or whatever, or just an American who wanted to do the same, I'd feel for them. But I understand what you're saying, and it makes sense. You can't have everybody doing it. It doesn't. Will take away from the whole thing.
Yeah,
and being under no illusion, even I know you can't put any political statements when you're doing the Olympics at all. So I've seen the photo. His photo of his dead countrymen. Not photos. They're like either pictures or whatever, but they're all embossed into his helmet. So yeah, you just cannot. Even though the sentiment might be right, just cannot do it. And I think it's the same when you play for your club as well. You sign for a club.
Now, what is allowed would be a black armband or something along those lines, which is a non-specific, discrete tribute. I guess his was a specific and obviously on his helmet. It wasn't discrete, so it wasn't allowed. I mean, they do allow a minor amount of it, like in most sports, but it has to be like in a very controlled, measured way, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think what they did makes sense. Sadly, the guy should. I really do wish the guy would have just said, "All right, give me the blue helmet. Fuck it, I'll do it for them in spirit, anyways." If he was that good, he should have won and said, "I did it for them."
Yeah,
and held it up afterwards. But by not racing, he could have still raced.
The thing is, the Olympics is supposed to be non-political, but it clearly is political because you just look over the Olympics where they banned certain countries from attending it due to like the Second World War or after the Second World War, etc. So they are political, but at the same stage, they really can't have anyone. Everyone's got to be formatted so they look like a fucking Aussie. They look like an American, or you can spot people, you white and red, or they're French. You can't have any like disruption. It just needs to be nice and simple. And
is Russia Is Russia currently banned from this Olympics, or are they able to
No.
participate? Because I thought they were
No.
banned from like one of the Olympics recently.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
were.
in the Olympics. I don't know why, but they're not in it.
I thought they were like
They were.
permanently banned from it, like for.
They were
Yeah, I mean,
banned for
because
drugs.
usually,
They were banned for drugs, weren't they? For a period.
Yeah.
They got a big
Yeah.
ban for drugs.
they're not, they're unbanned now. They're just no longer top contenders because they used to be top contenders all the time.
Yeah, because I can't take drugs.
Hey, fair point.
They took away their tool.
Fair point.
Look, I personally think for maybe I don't know about the Winter Olympics, but the Summer Olympics, they should let all of them do steroids. Like these monsters that just rock up to the track, and they're just like they're leaving craters in the track as they're running.
Dude, yeah, dude, it'll
That
be
would be awesome.
it'll be the Ragnarok Olympics where anybody could do anything they want when it comes to drugs. Let's see who wins.
Yeah. I think if you Google it, there is an Olympics out that is an open Olympics as such. It's like really small, but I think people can attend it and they get juiced up to fuck. If you Google it, you'll find it. I'm sure it's there.
If you've ever seen the Space Jam Looney Tunes cartoon where the aliens become like massive monsters, I want that for the Olympics. I want some dude
Oh yeah.
to throw a javelin so far that he impales an audience member.
Did
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
the guy that was skiing? What's the skiing called where you go in between the flags?
Oh, the slalom.
He
Slalom,
was doing
downhill.
slalom and he went in between his and
Yes!
the flag took his nuts. Oh,
I saw that one.
that guy.
That
You
was
could almost hear him go,
simultaneously incredibly painful and funny.
poor guy.
I mean, do those guys wear cups? Like, do they like? What's the
I don't
protection?
think
there?
so. I don't think
No.
so.
I mean, that's damn. If you're okay, oof. You'd think that'd be a common problem too with that sport.
According to multiple websites, Russia is not participating.
Oh, right.
It has been banned due to its invasion of Ukraine. The ban was further solidified in October 2023 when the Russian Olympic Committee was suspended for violating the territorial integrity of Ukraine by incorporating sports organizations from occupied regions. So it's not for the doping
Sure.
at this point. They were banned for the
Yeah.
doping. As
Yeah.
of now, it's banned for the invasion of Ukraine. And
Oh,
13 Russian athletes are allowed to compete as individual neutral athletes with no national
Oh,
symbols.
yeah.
Is it? I mean,
Yeah,
is it a
so
normal
tw-
practice to not allow nations that are going to war to be a
Yeah,
part of the
they've been
Olympics?
doing this.
Yeah, that is weird.
But the thing is, they've been doing it for decades, yet they're supposed to be not political.
And for,
Uh,
just to follow up with English Bottle Cap, 2014 to 2022, Russia faced multiple sanctions following a massive state-sponsored doping program at the 2014 Sochi Games. So,
And that's when you take oxygenated blood and pump it into your system right before competing.
blood doping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that what
it's
that
loads.
is? That what that is, or is it little like drugs?
Well, you know what, Lance?
It wasn't blood doping, it was real doping that they were.
Yeah, I would think it
Yeah.
was performance
Yeah,
enhancing.
well,
I mean, the long distance stuff really is where blood doping can really help by saturating the blood with oxygen. But I think we're talking more probably hormone type stuff, I would think.
yeah, I mean, Lance Armstrong. I mean, what he got up to? What an absolute cunt! What an absolute cunt! He made a mockery of the sport.
Yeah, he sucked.
You know, the
Again,
hero,
I
the
disagree.
hero
Mace.
with one bollock. With one bollock.
I think he should have juiced up so much that he could outrun a Ferrari. He could
did.
outcycle a Porsche 911.
Well,
That
well,
looks
he
like
did
him.
say-
It looks like him. I'm gonna think it's him.
I don't-
The thing is, he used to do it some days. He used to have blood transfusions every day.
You're gonna want to kill his mic. I don't think he didn't want to come on.
not jumping on.
You're going to want to kill his mic. I don't think he meant.
Okay. I don't know. RW said to kick you
Well,
off.
why would he join if he didn't want to come on? That don't make no sense.
Chat.
Yeah,
chat.
no.
Back chat, backdoor chat, maybe.
It's the hottest app on the web.
Oh wait, does he say that in the back chat?
Yeah, he does ask, or he does let. Yeah, he does say it.
Yeah, it's he made a mockery of that. 7 years he fucking won it for, and he was doped up every year. What a
Yeah.
cunt.
He just wants to know if somebody is okay that we.
Yeah,
Well,
he's okay. He's okay. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get you moved up. Oh, you're good there. I like you centered down the bottom. You good with that, Aphid?
Hey, man.
You're on the
Any way I can take, I'll take it any way I get it. You know what I'm saying?
buddy.
Holding up the chat.
I do know what you're saying.
Anyone have a chance this week, Aphid? Did you happen to catch any of the fascinating back and forth between Pam Bondi and some of the
Oh
other
yeah.
politicians?
Just
Oh, I
from,
got some things
you
to
know,
say. You go ahead.
the Discord,
my
probably.
goodness. Bondi.
I did hear her. I think a back and forth with her, and I believe it was Jamie Raskin. You guys know who that guy is?
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That fella.
That
Yes.
rat.
He's not my favorite, but I don't know. It
Raskin
seems
the
like
rascal.
it seemed like my interpretation is it was kind of a mockery of the whole thing. It just seems so. I mean, maybe it's always like that. I don't know. It just seemed more so back and like just tacky and
She wasn't-
like
She wasn't answering the
like
question.
each one of them. It seemed like they just want the likes and maybe the plays
drama.
on the nightly news.
There's
Yeah,
a drama.
They got 5 minutes though. They got 5 minutes, so that it encourages this behaviour on both sides. Which
Both
ones
sides,
in
yeah, both
Uh,
sides.
wait,
yeah,
I
whichever one's being questioned, whether it's Republicans or Democrats, they all act like clowns. She's
It
terrible.
seems
She
like
didn't
there
answer
should
any
be some.
questions.
She's
Am I
pathetic.
wrong
Pathetic.
by thinking that there should be from the person in her seat just a little bit of couth and like not just
Oh, no.
slinging so
terrible.
much shit the other way?
No, you're not wrong. But
I got it. I got
Okay.
it. I got
but you're
it.
wrong to expect it.
Bondi.
Yes. Well, I'm not saying I expect it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, shouldn't it be different?
In a perfect
Did you hear
world.
her?
She should have more composure. She should have, at least when Trump has a rant, at least it's going somewhere. She refused to answer questions.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
answering
Did
completely
you hear
different
her
answers.
answer?
Yeah,
Did you
Bondi
hear her
was.
answer to Tom Massey? She just blurts out, "This guy has TDS really bad."
Dow.
I
Should
think
we be talking about the Dow? Let's talk about the Dow. Let's talk about the
I
Dow
think
right
she-
now.
She actually said, "This guy has Trump derangement syndrome really bad." And then she looks at him and goes,
Yeah,
"You are a failed politician, sir." And I'm like,
You don't
"What
like
the
my
fuck is
answers."
she talking
Excuse.
about right
Excuse.
now?"
yeah.
She's such a
Beautiful.
lightweight, like everybody. Almost everybody, he's hired.
Yeah, Bondi is a. Yeah, I mean, she looked like a joke during those.
Yeah.
During those.
I watched
whatever you wanna
I-
call
4
them.
hours of that train wreck.
It's entertaining.
I cannot disagree with you. It was embarrassing.
Yeah,
I mean,
she was ridiculous, dude. Like, come on, like
She-
I mean, like we get it. You're there to
The
be
thing is,
grilled, but you handled it
it-
terribly.
It's striking that
talks
she's
about the
trying to
Dow. She
pull
talks
what
about the
Trump
Dow.
pulls. No, the thing is, she's trying to pull. I think some of like you're the failed politician. This is a classic Trump sort of approach towards fail. Oh, that's why the ratings for your CNN is non-existent. But she doesn't have the charm or the personality to
composure.
pull that off. And it's like, no, you can't just do what Trump does.
If she
Trump
just-
does what he does, and he
if
gets
she
away
did-
with it.
If she
It's
just
an
did
entirely
it-
different thing.
if she did a fake impersonation of Trump while doing it, it would have been way better. She would have gotten away with it.
Maybe.
Yeah, that might have actually worked better.
She would have gotten away with it. I'm
That
telling you.
might have actually been better.
She's not Riddle, but she can't get away with that.
So
But-
she literally brought receipts, right? So certain people would ask her questions, and she would like hold up pictures of like people that ICE took off the streets, and like, do you know this man? and she was basically doing ad hominem attacks instead of even pretending to answer questions. So it was
Yeah,
the
she
whole thing was a
refused.
train wreck.
Yeah, the whole thing is always a train wreck, but that was a particularly special one. Like it was.
That was a high speed derail. That was bullet train.
Yeah, it was.
Like you said, Riddle. It's always like this, and the format's not good for either
Yeah.
side because you never get anywhere. It's just about Twitter clips and stuff, and
Exactly.
it doesn't actually progress anywhere.
It's
Right.
clip farming. It's
I mean,
exactly.
The thing is-
I have a
Which
question.
means it's a complete waste of time.
Correct.
I have a question. So Smoke Wife is saying that she didn't apologize to the survivors. I wasn't a fan of people having survivors there because their complaint was that the DOJ released and doxed them. So what they're going to do is show up in person to show who they are to say that they didn't like being doxed.
Oh yeah. They were there in person.
So there was people there in person that were survivors. So it's just a political stunt type
yeah.
politics.
Okay, that does sound
Yeah,
It was,
counterproductive.
it was
to the
very
point.
it was very just crass on both sides of the fence.
Oh my
It's
god.
crazy.
Well,
One of the
okay,
survivors could look
as
at her in
big-
the face. So look at me, I'm a survivor, and you doxed me.
Exactly. Just calling them survivors is
Dang.
absurd.
Yeah, Welshman is right. I mean, it's all for clickbait farming for
Yeah,
social
that's
media to
ridiculous.
make people think this or that or whatever.
Yeah. They
thing
just
is,
changed the
like,
format, so we might get
No, but-
somewhere then.
The thing is, if you're using terms like TDS, these are internet memes. You're adults. You're the Attorney General from
Yes.
the United States. What is wrong with you people?
Right,
What
right.
happened to
totally agree with that.
adults?
I'm blonde.
All right. Well, I'll watch a 3-minute or so exchange here.
Enjoy.
The amount of resources that have gone into targeting Attorney General James, months of investigations, multiple failed indictments is
Oh,
astounding.
Nadler. What
Since
a
your own
cunt he is.
prosecutors told you that there is not enough evidence to support a conviction, it's clear that you were going after her simply because she held President Trump accountable and he wants to punish her. And she is just one name on a long list of Trump political enemies that DOJ is reportedly targeting. From Jerome Powell and Lisa Cook at the Federal Reserve to James Comey, numerous Democratic members of Congress, John Brennan, Jack Smith, Democratic officials in Minnesota, Chris Krebs, Miles Taylors, and more. And those are just the ones we know about. In contrast to these politically motivated investigations, grasping at something they can charge their enemies with, we now have concrete evidence of disgusting criminality revealed in the Epstein files. So I really have just one question for
I
you.
mean, that's a
How
lie.
many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to
Yes.
answer the question
How-
the way I want to answer the question.
No,
You're
you're
the
going to answer the
answer
question the way I
ridiculous.
asked it.
Oh,
Chairman
God.
Jordan, I'm not
Click.
going to get in the gutter with these
I feel so
people.
safe
I'm
right
going to
now.
answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time belongs to
Reclaiming my time.
the time
I
belongs.
think it's very
Reclaiming
interesting.
my
Every
time.
I think
time,
it's very
Reclaiming my
interesting
time.
You can
when
reclaim
he
your
talks
time.
about they
Reclaiming my time,
indicted
Mr.
the
Chair.
president.
every time I look at Nadler,
Chairman, please
I feel like he shit himself.
I know he's not great.
It
Let's
looks like
try
he's-
to get through the clip.
Yeah,
and
he
then
does seem like he's shitting himself.
I'll go back to Last Dance with what he is calling.
Funny how
lie.
you've all agreed with me.
We can all pull
It
this
does kind
off.
of look like that.
Let's get
Yeah,
through
and
this.
Stop
he
the clock and
indicted.
restore his
Oh,
time.
okay, here we go with these
Committee will be in order.
theatrics.
The time
Reclaiming my
belongs to
time
the
and
gentleman
roll back
from
the
New
clock,
York.
please.
We will give you a few more seconds. We will do that. But when you
Reclaiming
ask
my-
a question, the
The
witness
question
gets to
was-
answer. You may not like the answer, but she
Right.
gets to
The
answer.
question was, how many of Epstein's...
They don't like
What?
the answer,
Reclaiming
Chairman,
my time.
because it's honest.
They need a
So
rattle
he
and a
asked
dummy.
a
Reclaiming my
4-minute question.
Restore 45
And
seconds,
I
Mr.
am
Nadler,
going
please,
to
Mr. Chairman.
Reclaiming my
answer.
time.
He's
You
literally
can let her
that,
filibuster all day
that
long, but not
meme
on
of
our
Karen, isn't
watch.
she?
Reclaiming-
Not on our time. No way.
Very
And I
solemn.
told you about that, Attorney General, before you
You
started.
Raskin.
don't tell me.
Yeah, I
anything,
did tell you because we
washed
saw
up
what you did in the
loser
Senate.
Lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Committee will be.
On our time. No
Listen.
way. And I
Listen.
told you about that, Attorney General, before you
You
started.
don't tell me.
Yeah, I
anything,
did tell you because we
washed
saw
up
what you did in the
loser
Senate.
Lawyer, not even a lawyer.
I believe he's a constitutional law professor.
He will be in order.
Time, and I should get back at least 45 seconds.
We will give you a few more seconds. I
Not a
said that
few more,
already.
45 seconds.
Okay, I'm timing right now, Mr. Nadler. Go.
All right.
Reclaiming my time The answer to my question, how many of Epstein's co-conspirators has she indicted, is 0. You have been the Attorney General for a whole year, and your DOJ fired the lead prosecutor of this case, sat on evidence this entire time, and claimed falsely last July that there were no more leads. It took an act of Congress for you to finally release part of the Epstein files, and when you did, you included personal information about the victims while protecting the
Who's
names
the
of accused.
cameraman?
The
The
gentleman
None of
cameraman
the
has
is
perpetrators
distracted.
have been
expired.
brought to justice, but enormous resources
Time
are
of the
dedicated to
gentleman has
pursuing Trump's
expired, and
It's
obviously
clear
there
that
was-
under your leadership, the Department of Justice
there
no
was
longer
no
works for
question in
American people.
there.
It works
Order
for
respond
Donald
to.
Trump.
It's so painful. They're just babies. Like, I want my time back. I want my time back. Okay, your time's over, and they just keep talking anyway. Like, it's
I
painful.
I took nothing from that. I was just about the noise, basically. People yelling at each
Well,
other.
and
And
she,
shit.
she didn't want to answer the question that was put to her. But last dance, let's start with you. What was a lie?
That there was evidence of co-conspirators in the files dump. There was nothing in
Well-
those files. It was
Well,
all
well, there was. There was parts where they were redacted the name of someone where they said that they liked watching the torture video. So I would say
Now,
that would
last
be.
dance, how can you say in 3 million plus documents there's
Hey, Don.
nothing? There's nothing.
who's saying there is? I've been following this, and I haven't seen anybody who's studied
Nads.
any part of it that has any interesting information.
Nads.
Well, it's been
Nads
redacted.
said there
It's been-
was. Do you
it's been
not believe
redacted.
Nads?
What, Nads?
Never.
No, I don't believe that. And by the way, you know what he looks like? He looks like a cartoon character from South Park. Except
He does.
he's a human who looks like a South Park character.
He's got that no neck thing going on where he's
Right.
right down in there.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that.
But-
I'm not featuring that clip because I found it particularly anything other than just to show what you guys are saying, the absolute chaos, the ridiculousness.
I think it
You know,
was worse than that, mind you. I think it was worse than
Her
that.
saying to Jamie Raskin under her voice into a microphone, a washed up lawyer or a bad lawyer or whatever she said. It's like
She said he's not even a lawyer.
not even a lawyer. Yeah, ridiculous. She did the same thing with Massey. She said failing politician. Like, and apparently she had some of this stuff written down, which was taken photographs of by Reuters or AP or one of them. And I'm talking, they used a very nice reporter-y camera with a fucking, nice glass on it. And
Yep.
you can see what's written on the paper.
Yeah, it's
And,
high quality espionage equipment.
Yeah,
Good
I mean,
good
That
for
wasn't even
Reuters.
the biggest blow up. It was I believe it was the chair lady from Pennsylvania that it was like a Hitler type comment, and she blew up like yelling, and then her
Yeah.
time was over, and she like stood up and stormed out. That was ugly.
well,
Yeah,
I
these-
should have found that one.
These hearings are, I mean, pure entertainment, really, because nobody ever answers any question, even a yes or no
Yeah.
one, right?
They're not
Yeah,
even
and never-
asking them questions in good faith. They're
Yeah,
claiming that they're making claims in a form of a question, and then not
Yeah.
allowing them to answer.
and both sides
Well,
do
well-
this. It's both sides. It's not
Yeah.
just one side, but like it's both sides.
Depending on
do this.
which, yeah.
But the platform is
Well, well,
ridiculous.
The thing is, as well, if we just look at the Nadler's question, he had 5 minutes, right? And he asked the question, have you indicted anyone from the Epstein files, right? And instead of asking the question, knowing that she was going to fucking lag it out, which anyone with half a fucking brain cell would know that she would most probably, if he had seen her testimony, during that day or whatever, he should have known. It's better not to ask the question. It's to actually give the statement and then ask why. At least you're not giving her like an easy out.
Yeah.
If you get my drift.
Are you
Because he started with it and it went to shit. It went to shit straight away.
Are you aware that Ghislaine Maxwell is trying to do a clemency deal?
Yes.
Yeah.
She pled the fifth for
Yep.
her entire questioning. and basically said,
not gonna get it.
I'll answer whatever you want if I get freedom and clemency, So,
And get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Now we'll
then
just keep him
again,
in prison for the rest
instead
of
of keeping one person in prison, you could put maybe 100 powerful people,
Who's to
princes,
say she's gonna talk, man?
sheikhs.
there's
mean-
no evidence that anybody other than Epstein committed any crimes with underage
Oh, son. Oh,
Do
last
do you really think? Do you really think that?
I love your
Thing is,
your
yeah, but does
bright and
anyone- does anyone-
bushy-eyed innocence.
Yeah, but does anyone seriously believe that the Epstein files haven't been stripped of lots of damning shit? Remember, he had loads of
Yes.
fucking camcorders going. He had loads of secret recordings going.
There are
We haven't
lots of
seen
evidence
any of this.
of all of these people
We
doing
haven't-
lots of stuff. It's just none of us are
It's
ever
all
going to see
gone.
it.
Yeah, it's all
But-
done.
Instead of
It's all been fucking.
instead of clemency and pardoning her to get her to talk, how about take away puppy yoga time and put her in a more nasty, crappier jail situation? That
well,
makes
that
her
she didn't
perhaps not
have
wanna be
puppy
there.
yoga time until
Oh.
until Trump gave it to her.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem like she's really
Yeah, I
in
agree.
hardship.
To put her back just to be treated just like every other
Gen Pop,
inmate
dude.
Did you guys
who
did you
has
guys
been
ever
convicted
hear
of that
Virginia-
particular crime.
Oh, sorry. Did you guys ever hear Virginia Giuffre's little audio clip about the people she actually pointed out? Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
sorry, not Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, George Clooney. Did you guys not see that? Obama, all that.
Who did you?
None, how is it no
who
one's
wasn't?
talking about any Hollywood stars in the Epstein files? Has anyone even mentioned? I haven't heard one movie star in the sort of supposed Epstein file list.
And
I just heard
Hollywood's
Bill
full of it.
Gates, Trump a million times, and yeah, some sheikh and a few others, and some.
Well,
people
hold
in
on.
this
Hold on. What was,
Biden
what was the
administration.
what was the extra stuff that you heard about Trump a million times? What was the extra stuff?
No, I'm saying like Trump being mentioned.
Well,
in the
he's
news
always
cycle,
mentioned.
like 100
He's
times,
always
a million
mentioned.
times. Oh, Trump was in the Epstein files. Trump was in the Epstein files. You know what I mean? That kind of.
Oh, by
extra
mentioned
crap.
by whom?
Yeah, by various news agencies, but
Whatever.
nothing
Loads
about
of
Tom
pundits.
Hanks, nothing about
Gotcha.
George Clooney, nothing about all the filthy, nasty movie and rock stars.
Can
and
you
pop
imagine if
stars that
Trump?
visited that
Can you imagine
island.
if Trump answered Russian hookers, and then caught an STD, and then emailed Epstein, said to Epstein, "I've got an STD. I need to drug my missus up, Malana."
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Right.
No,
He
no,
would
that was
drug
Bill
himself
Gates. Yeah.
like a real man.
Yeah, but,
Okay,
but if you flip the script, it'd be like huge news because it's
Yeah.
that fucking Bill Gates and it doesn't fit the narrative. Oh well, we'll
Yeah.
have to mention him, but we'll say he denies it. We'll say that he's
But what I
made it
mean
all
is,
up.
where
It's,
are the movie stars? Where are the rock stars? Where's the? I'm sure Pete
Well,
Lee visited that
Lifestyles of the
island
Richest
last time.
Famous was in there. What's
Yeah.
his name? Last dance?
Robin Leach.
You mean
Robin Leach. He killed somebody in front of all of them, and
That's right.
they all
Holy
bathed
crap.
in the baby's blood after he
Yep,
massacred
There
that.
you go.
that's
But how come none of these people are being, dragged over the over the coals?
Well, he's
Well,
dead.
they,
That's why.
they were they're
Yeah.
all in.
Oh, he's dead.
So is the question is they were mentioned in the files, right? I'm assuming.
well,
Huh? What's your
I'm
question?
asking. I'm asking. They were mentioned
Oh,
in the
he's
files.
asking.
All these guys that you just named, they're mentioned in the files.
Well,
I
I don't know, but that's
they're
the thing.
mentioned in files that were released pursuant to the law that Congress passed.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Well, isn't it
Virginia
funny that?
Giuffre definitely called them out in that audio clip.
Well, yeah.
I never heard that.
In that audio clip, the audio clip, she says,
It is available on the
Trump
Harvest Reflex Rumble channel if anyone cares to.
but in that audio clip, she actually says that she's met Trump and he's never acted inappropriately in front of her. So she green lighted him.
Yeah, but she has no credibility now because she's angling for
She's dead.
some sort of a improved
Dead.
sentencing. So I don't believe a word she
No,
said.
no.
Oh, you're talking about
Even if it's
No.
just saying.
We're on about Good Friday. We're on about Good Friday.
Just Glenn.
What do you mean by
She's
every
got the
day?
most weird name. Who named this woman? Where do you find such a name? It's
Last Dance, yeah. I'm on about the victim. I'm on about the victim that's supposed to be committing
Virginia
suicide.
Virginia
Smoke White, yes,
Giuffre.
I have.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, she
Giuffre-
committed
Giuffre's-
quote unquote suicide in
I
Australia
know.
a few years ago.
Okay,
A lot
so
of people,
yeah,
by the way, have caught a case of suicide in these files. By the way, a lot of
yeah,
people
this
who
is a
were
fair.
I think
Hold
you
on,
should
hold
be
on.
careful, Hafez. I don't think those are real, as far
This
as I
is-
can tell.
This is
Which
a,
one's
a
the
good.
Virginia Giuffre one?
Yes.
Oh
Well,
yeah, they're
I'm
definitely
beginning
creepy.
to believe them more and more every day.
No, I mean that the existence of these recordings, which were made with the co-writer, who wrote, said basically she possesses audio tapes, but the tapes have never been released.
I've heard an audio tape of Giuffre saying that Trump never acted inappropriately in front of her.
Yeah. In that clip, she starts off saying, Trump, although he was in the scene, he was never really part of the Epstein sort of gang.
I've heard
And
that
she
before.
actually-
I've heard that recording. Yes. I
Yeah,
agree.
She actually pointed out to Justine or Justine,
Speak.
anyway, the Maxwell woman. She's the one that was the recruiter. She was essentially Epstein's bottom bitch, as pimps would call it.
She
In
was the
which
pimp.
she's the one that would actually do the
Don't they-
recruiting of the girls.
Bottom bitch.
That's a pimp term.
I have a question. Since you guys are here, maybe you guys could. What's your thoughts on this? Since Buckingham Palace just recently said that King Charles was going to stand by the police, right, to possibly arrest Andrew Windsor, right?
Hmm.
Due to investigation because he was mentioned in the Epstein files. What do you guys think about that?
I
hell
will
yeah.
believe it when I see it.
He's
Well,
all over the
What-
Epstein files.
What would he be arrested for?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking the British people.
Oh,
Well,
he's not. He won't be arrested. I think they might question him. I think they might bring him.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
he's
that's
already been
exactly.
stripped of all of his royal titles. He's no longer a royal. He's just Andrew.
Yeah, but
He's just a
basically,
guy.
yes,
He's just a guy.
Yeah, he's just a guy now.
Yeah.
He's just Andrew.
He's
yeah,
just
with a long
stays-
name.
Andrew
he
Windsor.
just stays at the
That-
castle rent free.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think
No.
he's actually no. Is he in Balmoral now, or is he in Windsor?
Yeah, he's
I
in a
don't-
lesser castle, a small castle,
A
backup castle.
lesser,
I don't-
a lesser.
I don't-
He lives
Get out of here.
in the guest wing now.
He
He
lives
lives
in
in
a
the
keep.
pool house.
It's a keep. He lives in a small.
I heard some
Yeah,
of
he
the,
lives in the pool house
I heard some
of
of
the
the
castle.
some of the indentured servants won't even serve him or whatever. They'll
They're not
they-
putting.
Yeah,
them in-
nobody's going to force him to do it.
But he's completely isolated now. He's literally going to be in some like I think he's going to pay
Yeah, right.
rent and everything.
Exactly.
He is. He is sort of
He's out on the
completely
back
isolated.
40 in the back.
You're gonna find him. You're gonna find him in the local McDonald's serving fries.
They should call him Quasimodo or
The,
something.
the local
to really
castle
humiliate him.
that serves fries, though.
Working blue. Come on.
I mean,
Next
can
up.
he just
Yeah.
can
The
he just
royal-
find
no.
like 10 million and go off on his own and live quietly on, let's say 10 million? What is he, 60 something? 10 million gives him a couple
More,
hundred grand a
70
year.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna serve us a Royale with cheese.
Well played.
Banksy, remember he was supposed to have met that woman in a Pizza Hut? Was it a Pizza Express or a Pizza Hut?
It was a Pizza Express, Pizza Express, exactly.
Yeah, he said I've only ever been there once for my daughter's birthday or something, or daughter's friend's birthday or something.
Yeah.
And I don't sweat. I don't sweat. Remember the
He said he
sweat in
doesn't
the-
sweat whilst he was sweating.
Yeah, that, and then everybody with like one finger and the internet went and found like millions of pictures of him sweating profusely when he said
Yes.
It's like then it became like, gee, does this guy ever not sweat? He appears to be always be sweating.
Sweating. Guys, I highly recommend, and I sent this to a friend of mine recently. Watch a movie called 13 Sins. It is a window. I think Hollywood tells us the truth about what is going on in this world. We just refuse to see it because they cage it in alien movies or horror movies or whatever. But they are telling us. Watch a movie called 13 Sins, and then after that, watch Hostel.
You're
And
talking
then you
about
will
hidden in
see
plain
the
sight.
evils of this world.
Alex Jones was right again. Alex Jones was right again. He predicted all these things. He predicts, Alex Jones, and I say 90% of the time, his predictions come true. The only thing that hasn't come true so far, he's mentioned the Epstein files over a decade ago, or Epstein per se, is that the only thing that's not come true on the Epstein files that he said is the proof of eating babies and blood and stuff. That's the only thing left.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate the timeline of the civilian experience with the Epstein files? So it was basically, okay, we're going to give you the files, and then we had to wait for that, and then they released some files that they already released us, or they're on her desk. I'm trying to remember all the bullshit that we experienced, and then they released it, but we already had that, and then they wanted released with redacted, and so we got that, but then when we got that, the wrong names were redacted, and people were protected that were the bad guys, but the innocent people were unredacted. And now the DOJ's done. They're not going to investigate anymore, and they've given a couple computers for the Senate to look at unredacted files on, and that was our experience. It was a very interesting experience.
Lip.
Yeah. The messed up thing is there are people who say that some of the files, that the unredacted files that the Senate is supposed to look at, have already been pre-redacted through the FBI. It's just that those particular redacted segments have been simply removed. And so this so-called unredacted stuff that they watch are going to see already been scrubbed. Yeah. By the way, I want to point out, if I was the conspiracy theorist types, I would say that when Prince Andrew mentioned the Pizza Express that he was in, perhaps he is suggesting a cheese pizza.
Yeah. I
you guys know a cheese pizza, right? What a cheese pizza is.
It's a girl.
I don't actually.
Cheese pizza. It's a
I know it refers. Yeah, I mean, I know it refers to children, but
Yeah.
Other than that, that's about it.
But remember, pizza. Remember, pizza.
There's certain communities in Hollywood that are seemingly in some sort of club, and some people that aren't. I'll name some people who I perceive as not being in this club. Denzel Washington is not in the club in a good way. Keanu Reeves does not appear to be in the club like this. Let me just finish. I'll get to that.
Skull and Bones.
Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is not there.
Is no longer in the club.
Now, if you watch at some point in all three of these guys' careers, they've spoken about some really strange shit. And now, whether or not they're just making jokes or talking about whatever things that don't exist or not, I don't know.
The Australian actor.
I think Jim Carrey dipped his toe in and then got out, because he put up a lot of innuendos and insinuations on the whole Illuminati and this and that. He did a lot of. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the talk shows that he was on. He was making,
that's kind of what I'm referring to. I
think he dipped his toe and didn't like it, and then just got out. I think that's what
this is
but the other two,
to Jimmy Kimmel show, right? When he did that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Been on a few shows.
What is the initiated ones? What club? Is there a title to the club? What are they initiated in?
I don't really know, man, but there's something going on there. There's something going on.
What privilege or what do they have that makes them in the club? What are they benefiting or gaining from it?
This is the greater question. Is there something? Is it something that Epstein was connected to, that celebrities are connected to. Clearly, Bill Gates was involved with this a bunch of times. He's in a bunch of pictures. I mean, an ex-pres was, he goes by the name of, Slick Willie. He was in a bunch. He's in a swimming pool with a girl with their face covered up, and on the other side of him is a convicted sex trafficker in Ghislaine Maxwell, and they're all swimming together. Like, there's certainly questions about some of these people, man. And
The DOJ says they're done now. There's nothing left to investigate.
We're never going to get to see it. We're never going to
That's
see
the
it.
greater
We're never
question.
gonna-
What is it? What is happening? What happened?
I would.
Oh, I
like-
tell you. Oh, sorry. I'll tell you one person you guys should keep an eye on. Sandra Bullock. That woman is a witch. She hasn't aged in about 15 to 20 years. Go and look at her. I just recently saw a picture of like her side by side, like they do these AI things of people back in like a movie and then today. And look at her in Speed, and then look at her today. She barely looks like she's aged a year.
Yeah, it's those
Vanna
it's
White.
those-
I'm
it's
telling you,
those
that
Kore-
is some
it's those
succubus
Korean
witch shit going on right there.
those it's
Angela
not
Lansbury.
witchcraft.
She just
It's not
started out
Korean.
looking really old.
It's Korean.
Right.
It's
She never
Korean
aged a
fetus
moment
stem
over
cells.
30 years of
Nope.
Murder, She Wrote.
Mm-mm.
It's Korean baby stem cells. That's why she's so youthful.
What were you gonna say last time? So
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
False alarm. False
That's so,
alarm.
that's so crazy. After everything
She admitted to that herself. She admitted to
Yeah,
it herself on the Ellen
didn't-
DeGeneres show.
Didn't she say that? I'm pretty sure she said that.
Yes, yes, she said
I'm
it's,
just-
it's a cream made out of the foreskin of Korean boys.
Yeah.
But I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
it
yeah.
is. I think it actually goes deeper than that. I've seen, or I've come across information that suggests that no, it's not Korean penis oil.
So
It
the
is,
foreskin is just the tip of the
It
iceberg.
is in fact something extracted on young babies, and
Here
it
we
is a
go.
hormone that they
Yes.
generate. And in the process of extracting this hormone, in fact, it kills the baby. But there are millions of children being aborted every day, so nobody cares.
hey, if
And
it works,
and these are and
Oh,
also in order to
come
extract this
on.
hormone, you have to torture the
Damn.
baby because the baby has to be in a particular state of mind in order for this
Right.
hormone to be
Oh,
generated.
so, okay,
He's
So they
okay.
have to
Before we,
torture
before
the
we get too
baby,
Alright,
crazy,
so-
then
Okay,
extract
so
and
what-
kill them.
This was here. We were going along the line investigating.
yeah.
That's where
Okay,
we
let me
just went.
I blame
let
Steve.
me ask a question. Let me ask a question. Yeah, well, so whoever mentioned Sandra Bullock, and then I kind of helped derail that too with the whole baby stem cell thing, even though she said it. But anyways, okay, let's bring it back. Right, I have a question. A governor of Puerto Rico was elected, right, and she said she is passing a law or something like this. I only just read it today, right? But it's a little hazy here. That she's going to treat fetuses in Puerto Rico as treated as a human, basically.
As voters. Sorry.
Absolutely.
I mean, hey, you know what?
Sorry.
Damn.
I found it
Maybe that's
funny.
what Epstein tried to do, try to impregnate as many people. I don't
Well,
know. Double up on the votes.
should be objectively and biologically correct. It is a human.
In any case, yeah. So, but she was trying to pass a law or something like this. I only heard about this today, and I'm also just trying to, somewhat bring it back to some type of normalcy. But yeah, she was trying to do this, and this is Puerto Rico, right? Yeah, trying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Is humanity I think the base question for me is what is the value of a human life? Is a human being a commodity, or is it a unique and special thing?
Depends on who
I
you're
think-
asking.
As you ask.
I think that's
Yeah.
I think that's the how you answer that question will decide how you are willing to use humans or not.
RW. To these people, that's what I'm saying. Watch 13 Sins. To these people, we are cattle. We are just
Catechumen, I
another
know the
form of
terminology.
Cattle.
Well, true, but once you flip the switch of one particular word that a country is in, then all of a sudden human life becomes valueless or without value. When that it would be, of course, when you're in a state of war and your enemy, their life is worth nothing. The question of value of life, It changes. I guess the value of innocent life is a different question.
At the same time, even for your war example, are you personally saying that that person's life is of no value, or are you following the politicians and doing their bidding?
No, I think when a soldier is going in there to do some killing, it's like, yeah, fuck them.
Because he personally has an issue with everything, or it's his job and he's just following orders?
Maybe the first few guys, it's their job, but then once a couple guys get killed, then you're going in and killing the enemy for the guys who got killed before you. And yeah, it's sort of a self-feeding machine war, you know?
100%.
Last Dance, what were you going to say that you tried like 3 times and
I've
failed miserably?
I've lost interest.
Oh man, it was so good. I know. I could just feel it. It was really good. Like
It was about foreskin, I'm sure of it.
Night changing, and you lost.
Well, okay. Here's what I'll say: the whole Survivor. There's this narrative with Epstein's victims that a particular smoke wife is fond of. That there are survivors. Let me tell you, those people, the only ones who can actually say what was going on are his victims, and they refuse to talk. So, you know, I believe a lot of these so-called survivors are in it for the money and not because they actually were victims of Epstein.
Like they're just actors, or they are actually names in the list?
Well, a bunch of them were prostitutes. They did it for money. They're not victims. They're working
16-year-old prostitutes.
So wait a second,
16-year-old
last dance.
prostitutes.
If they're adjacent to it, does that make them a victim?
What do you mean by adjacent?
Prostituting in the circle of people that are there, and they are underage.
If they're underage, it depends how old they are. If they're 17 years and 11 months, and 30 days, like the only person that Epstein was convicted of having underage sex with, then yeah, they're not much of a victim. We draw a line, and I'm fine with drawing that line, but I'm not going to pretend that they're a victim.
By the way,
I'll tell you this though.
It wasn't 11 months.
These are the only people. These are the only people who could tell us who's involved. And if they won't say who it is, then that's it.
Interesting.
I'll say something about this, and I gotta be careful because I got myself into trouble with this somewhat line with this argument before, but you know, we have to put a line at age, you know, because we could say, well, you know, there was a 15-year-old and she was so much like the 16-year-old, and there's this 14-year-old and she was just, so we have to put a line as human beings where
a hard line,
kid or adult, and
exactly.
As adults, it's our responsibility when we're in the presence of them, whether they choose to make that decision for themselves at that point or not. There has to be a point where the adult is responsible for the decision of that kid, right or wrong. And I think that, you know, if there's a 16-year-old and you know, maybe she's, you know, living on the streets and, you know, she sees this big money opportunity to go there, you know, we can keep putting that age back. So we have to put a line in the sand where, you know, if it's 18, anybody under that age, you know, you can't give excuses for why the younger person than that line made a poor decision, you know, knowingly or not. You know, it's up to the adult to help them out.
Smoke wife, those files are complete garbage. None of it is true. It's all fiction.
That's a hyperbole statement, though. That's a very bold.
Unfortunately, you cannot say that you can't say that they're true just as much as you can't say that they're all horseshit. There could be
I
some
gotta piss.
things
Let it
in
simmer.
there.
Let it simmer, boys.
There could
Okay.
be some stories in there that are true,
No worries, Steve.
but they're going to be
Well,
buried
Okay,
under the umbrella of
let me give you one now. So this Pizzagate business, right? It went on for a while. It was a big conspiracy thing, and it was big. It was no by mainstream all the time. It was always no. Didn't fit it. Then some lunatic went in there with a gun, and they went, "See you this is what it causes." It all got shut up, and now the Epstein files come out, and it turned out they mentioned pizza 900 fucking times, and grape juice I don't know how many fucking times, and all sorts of other weird
Hot dogs.
That has nothing,
nothing
to do with pizza.
let me just. We've talked about this subject before in this room, and guess what? You always duffed the idea, and then last week we were talking about it. You said it is really queer that they mentioned pizza 900 times in the files, but your position's so hardline you forget. I think what you.
No,
what
I
you were
remember
talking about
exactly what I
before.
said.
it's kind of irrelevant to what we were discussing, though. I mean, did you just want to take it into that direction so you could prove a point? I mean, because it's kind of not what we were talking about.
Look,
What
one
we
thing I
were
got to
talking
say,
about, whether
I
it's right or
agree.
not.
Just bear with me.
We got a
Bear
story
with me.
that we got a story that people said was true, and the mainstream media and legacy media and everyone else that said it was all bullshit for years. Then some lunatic got a gun shooting there, and then all of
Well,
a sudden
the thing,
the files come out, and it turns out pizza is a real big thing.
well, yeah, the pizza
connotations are
mentioning
really big.
pizza was, but not that actual pizzeria that people were saying they were taking their kids into the
Okay,
basement. of
okay.
a
Let me give you
particular
some
pizzeria.
connections.
So the thing is, it was a little bit of a like lost in translation.
No, it wasn't, because if you actually look into it, the husband of the owner is some real weird, dodgy gay guy, because they're married. They're a married couple, and I believe one of the I can't remember the name now. This is forgiven me, but that comic pizza was, I believe, up his neck in it and was involved in it. I believe that now, and it's all come
Well,
back in a big circle.
all I'm saying is, going back to Last Dance's kind of comment, the 70. You see, the thing is, the gray ages. I call them they fall into the gray area, the ages of like 16, 17. Because if Epstein was being charged in Britain, he would not be charged for anything to do with underage act, because the age of consent in Britain is 16. So that girl being 17 years old was essentially capable of having sexual intercourse with whoever she wanted.
Is it
So
not?
those are the gray numbers, but the ones that are not gray are the 14, 15, 13-year-olds. Those are not the ones that and also younger.
And there's loads of them. There's loads of them.
8-year-olds, and so unfortunately,
The argument
that's-
that it's different
sorry.
in a different nation, like if the UK is like 16's good, and America's like no, it's 18, and so people are going to argue no, it's not a problem because in another country it's perfectly fine. Like that.
No,
doesn't
I'm just saying those
feel
are
good.
gray areas.
That's
Those
not
are
a
the
good
ages
feel.
that are slightly gray, as in, you can debate. It's a debatable thing because different countries have different age of consent. But the ones that pretty much most of the world agrees on, I mean, unless you're a Muslim and you're a prophet and you want to marry one, is about like 8 and 9 and 6 is, and those sort of definitely numbers. Those are like ridiculous to try to in any way justify those. And I'm pretty sure Epstein and all his clients knew. I don't think they were fooled.
Here's my question for the panel: is this all over now? Is it just now it's going to go into history and we'll bitch about it for a little bit longer and this is basically it?
No.
And we're back.
No.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Why do you say that, Riddle?
Welcome
I hope you're
back.
feeling lighter.
I think it's
and
going to be
refreshed.
politicized as for forever, for at least a couple decades. They're going to.
What did I miss?
No,
I was
mean,
curious.
Oh,
I'm
we-
basically curious
we
if go ahead.
Talked about the relevancy of Pizzagate, so not much.
Yeah, just because some of the Epstein emails mentioned pizza and grape soda, based Welshman thinks that this resuscitates the Pizzagate conspiracy from back when the guy came in and fired his gun into the floor.
I back
Cos-
Welshman on that as well.
Cosmo Pizza or Comet Pizza or whatever it was called.
Yeah, nice style up that.
I think that it's valid. It's something that's worth investigation, in my opinion. I back that.
Absolutely. But who did?
I mean, I just see it
but
as
who
clear
controls who?
as it's. Yeah, but I see it as a clear. It was just a code name. I mean, they were using code in order to do. I mean, you guys know about Lolly? This thing called Lolly. In
Yeah,
in
hold on,
cartoons.
hold on. Before we talk about Lolly,
No, but
he,
it's
RW
code.
asked the question. Yeah, RW asked the question though. Do you think the files? What can you ask it again?
Basically, is it over now? The DOJ is done. It's going to go to the Senate for a week. They'll bitch about it, and then it'll just become a part of history, and that's it. There's nothing. There's no justice that's being sought because there's no justice to hand out.
Well, didn't they put out like 3 million documents? I mean,
Yeah.
those will be analyzed for a while, but
Yep.
What can we do with them besides analyze them? Have public.
Yeah.
maybe somebody could find some evidence that there's something there. I mean, people
Well,
like Smoke Wife are trying to use it that, take 30, fictional accusations and say that somehow 30 pieces of garbage equals, some sort of some solid evidence against Trump or anybody in those files. And of course, that's 30 pieces of garbage are just 30 pieces of garbage. They're
It's
worth
still
nothing.
worth investigation. If you think something, you don't know it's garbage until you're going to dig and find out.
Is the
Well,
is the
I hope
question?
they don't investigate some of these, like the one where what was the one where
It was a
where
baby or
Robert
something.
Leach, the baby, was being, they ate the baby or something. Well, I can't. The mind reels. Imagine my tax dollars being used to investigate the ramblings of somebody who anonymously called in a tip.
I mean, see, this is the thing. You have to be able to differentiate between things that might have email addresses, emails direct one person to another, mentioning things. Apparently, the Shake guy mentioned something about a torture video in one of his emails to Epstein, which I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Torture video? That type of thing you really do want to get to the bottom of. I mean, and also, yeah, random communications and tips don't hold the same weight as emails from one party to another. But there's a lot of information here. Like if the police get one call about one person from another person saying that this guy flashed a GUN or whatever, and the cops go and they bum rush this guy and he's like, I never had anything. Well, somebody reported this, so we're bound by law to investigate. That's a 1-for-1 situation. But this is 3 million things. So how do you decide what's the threshold to investigate? Yes or no? Like there has to be some way.
We have tools that aren't even being tapped. Like they could literally give the data to Grok and put all that data in Grok and say correlate everything you can.
I was
just to
going to
see what
bring that up
happens.
earlier. Use Grok to filter it out and say, go through these and pick out the ones that are particularly
Guys.
nefarious, whatever.
Guys, sometimes I feel that maybe I'm much more cynical about the world than you guys. You think that the Ministry of Defense or the MOJ or the FBI, CIA, they didn't
DOJ.
have DOJ. Sorry, yeah, the Ministry of Defense is in Britain. But you think these people didn't have an AI? You think Grok and Chat GPT is when first AI emerged? No, they've had these things for years before anything that becomes available to the public. It means it's already filtered through the through the defense systems and all the other things way before it gets to consumer level.
Isn't there like a known? It's a known common. I'm not sure if it's a saying or just an idea. I'm not even sure where it came from, but I'm pretty sure the government has technology that we've known about for 30 years before they fucking even show us anything, right?
Exactly. So
maybe
what
not,
I'm saying,
maybe not 30 for everything, but
the reason they're not putting it through Grok is because they're not going to put it through Grok. The reason I'm saying that these things, these files, this investigation matters, not because these crimes were committed and no one's really going to get any punishment for it, is that there are more Epstein Islands out there. This should, you guys got to recognize, this didn't end when Epstein, quote unquote, died or killed himself. No, there are other Epstein Islands. I can 100% guarantee you there are more Epstein Islands in this world, and there are more horrific things happening, because I am a cynical asshole when it comes to mankind. I see the worst in everyone. And I promise you, they are doing things that would make your hair on the back of your neck stand on end right now to children and other, poor
You don't even really have to
creatures
be
on
an
this
asshole,
planet.
because it just comes down to probability. There's how many billion people on the earth. It's most probable that some other individual is doing horrible things as well.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody disagrees with you, Hafez.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think
no,
so either.
I mean, Hafez.
No, I mean like
do you think that way because it suits your position and your persona?
No, I just think that the humanity isn't good. Humanity is I personally, I'm going to just level it with you guys. If I had the Thanos glove, you'd all be dust. At least most of this planet
Thanks,
would be.
buddy.
I was firmly on Thanos' side in those movies. People are terrible. You guys got
Hopefully
to
Hasbro's
travel
will
to
be
the
here.
Middle East for a
Yeah.
little bit just
Yeah,
to
so-
see the horrific thing. I guarantee you there are 10 Epstein Islands just off the coast of Dubai right now.
I
These
agree with
people
you.
are monsters.
That's what I'm saying is that, like, I know Aphid disagrees with you, right? Obviously, but what I'm saying is that
Me? No, I totally agree with him. I mean, there's been since anybody had any kind of money and power, they once they get to that level, then for some reason it makes them feel even more powerful to do horrible things and to put it makes them feel like they're on this level that you can't get to unless you have that kind of money.
The power of God.
That's not that's not what I mean. I meant like the previous point that he said. I thought it. Anyways, maybe I misheard, but my bad. But yeah, I was saying like nobody disagrees with you on that point for sure. Like there's people. We know that people do some crazy ass shit. Epstein Island is just the tip of the iceberg. I guarantee you.
I think he was probably a pretty good, close to the top of the pyramid example.
Is the panel split then on justice being served?
If not the peak.
Is the panel split on justice being served at this point?
I
probably.
don't think justice has been served at all. I think this is ridiculous, to be honest.
Let's go around the block. RW, since you
sorry about
started,
that.
I don't. I love justice. I respect justice, and I think this was injustice. So no, justice was not served.
We'll go Oppo Zoppo. You next. Last dance.
I don't have any idea. But so far, I've seen no evidence of any significance that that justice wasn't served.
Can you tell us why?
Can I tell you why I've seen no evidence?
That justice
No.
was not served?
I cannot tell you why I haven't seen any evidence. I suspect it because there isn't any, but I cannot tell you why I haven't seen any.
So you would be susceptible to say to yourself, okay, now this is some shit right here. Why aren't they going after this? You just haven't seen that. Besides what they've gone after already, which was Epstein and Ghislaine. Besides those two, you don't see any other need. What about Andrew?
Correct. I mean, there's a picture of him with Virginia Roberts, and it's a suggestive picture. That's it.
He's got his hand on her backside, right?
Right.
That alone should be, I'd say, 10 years. Lockup.
But
10 years. In the hard prison. Real
now
hard.
that wouldn't be enough evidence for a conviction of anything. But it certainly is suggestive, but that's about it. Virginia Roberts told us that Guthrie told us that Alan Dershowitz was involved. Then she said, "No, I was just kidding." So
Yeah,
So, you know-
he's not someone you want to mess with. He threatened to sue someone on Piers Morgan the other day. It's quite amusing.
So
Well, he
Steve's
threatened-
answer is
he threatened to
no.
sue Virginia Roberts, who didn't have any
I
money
haven't
to
answered
lose.
it yet. I have not answered.
Yeah, but
it yet.
Okay.
they're suing, and then there's just getting taken out eventually.
I think
Um,
there is things in here that should be investigated. Whether or not they are brought to trial, I think they do warrant investigation on the simple fact that you can't investigate every single thing. And clearly there are things that are so outlandish. They would be on the bottom of the list of investigating, but the things that are nearer to the top should be investigatable and investigated. So that's my thought.
Justice is not served.
Correct.
Okay.
At least in the sense of dig a little bit on some of it.
Yeah.
If nothing's
Absolutely.
there, if nothing is prosecutable and nothing is like, I don't think anything should be done outside of the law for this, but if anything, to serve the children who might have been abused, do some investigating. Yeah.
Who's next?
Simple. Hafez will go under.
Thank you. Okay, well, number one, no, justice hasn't been served and will never be served upon the monsters that are involved in this, because we live in a world of one rule for them and one rule for us. But I certainly hope that men of good conscience take this as a springboard to go after all of the monsters in these files and potentially other Epstein-esque islands around the world, and burn them all to the ground. I would take a flamethrower to the whole lot of them if I could, but
Is
unfortunately,
that like a call
as
out
I
for
said,
mercenaries?
I don't care. I don't care who it is. If you're a man of conscience and if you think you have some ability to be able to take these people down, take them down. I think that this is a tip of a very, very large iceberg. Unfortunately, no one will ever be punished because these people get away with these things. As I said, there's one rule for them, one rule for us. If you don't believe me, just look at the way these people behaved during COVID. Just the simple COVID period should be enough to show you that they don't operate under the same rules as the rest of us. These rules that they set, these policies and laws, these are for the sheeple. These are for the lemmings. They're for the bottom feeders. They operate above all this. They're not subject to the rules that we are. And no one will ever really get punished for any of this. I don't even think Bill Gates is going to suffer much for the horrific things that he's done.
Well, he's right now.
Wait,
he's going to
sorry?
keep on lying like he's lied before. He's going to keep on lying like he's lied before. Until given
Yeah.
the statement.
Riddle's turn.
Go ahead.
Yeah, obviously, there's clearly no justice here. They're not nearly enough. What is the justice that has been served? I mean, there is no justice. Where? What justice at all? You laugh,
Hearts,
but-
brother, hearts.
Uh,
So you're saying not served.
Not at all. Not
Okay.
at all.
Clear. Now, Griddle. That's funny, Griddle.
Hey,
Where the hell that came from?
I don't mind that.
Riddle, are you saying like investigate, or you think there's enough there to drop the hammer on prosecute?
I would. You could do both. Why not both? But it depends
Well,
on.
you have to find things that are prosecutable first through investigation. You think that is
Right.
already there?
Beyond a reasonable
Well,
doubt.
yeah, but with certain people, yes, you need to investigate further on everything else, right? Like this is an ongoing thing. It seems like this expands globally. Obviously, like this is everywhere.
Hmm.
I mean, Trump wants to hide this shit for a reason, right? Because it hurts his people that probably fund him too.
That
Let's be
is a
real
good
here.
point, Riddle. Trump did appear to want to avoid this shit.
Yeah, because I guarantee you a lot of, and this goes like I said for both sides, right? But I guarantee he wants to hide it because people are funding him, and it will implicate them as well. Why would it not?
Well said.
Okay.
Well, so
So
how is Trump going to hide it when a Democrat takes office?
Well, it would be the same. I mean, both parties have been hiding this
Yeah,
for
they're
decades,
both
for a long
working the
time.
same way. They're both working the same way.
Yeah, it'll do the same
what-
thing.
They wouldn't hide
Yeah,
it for the
my-
other party. They would hide their
Well,
own.
no, they're both
Yeah,
they're
but
both up to their
they
necks
both-
in it. They're both from both sides. From both sides, they're up to their neck in it. That's what he's saying. I agree.
They both have their
Right.
hands on it.
Yeah, they both.
Well,
Yeah, they're both dirty.
If it's a younger Democrat, they're not going to care as much about the old guard, so he would be at risk theoretically.
There's no way that
you know what?
there's no way the party works like that.
Yeah,
As
it
long as
doesn't.
Right.
the old
Well-
people are still alive.
You're right.
Let me settle this with some. So the point is,
Money.
100% not served. 100% not served. No justice.
Okay.
And don't forget, we've got Ghislaine Maxwell serving 20 years for procuring underage girls to unknown people. Just remember that. I mean, we're never going to fucking see the truth. We're never ever going to see the truth. I mean, we should have worked that out when she was getting convicted. And they promised all the way through the court case not to mention these people by name at all. They're not under. How can you do that? Because they would be part of the case. They would back up their case, surely. But no, these perps were never mentioned.
Yeah, it is such a seedy thing. I know I brought it up earlier, the picture of Clinton swimming with Ghislaine and that underage girl. But like, how can any of us not put ourselves in that scenario as a fly on the wall and say, what was happening there? How could you imagine that Clinton would be so innocent that he has no idea of what's happening? Of course he knew.
As a fly on that wall, I'd be worried of dying in a paddleboard accident.
Well, there'd be plenty of food because that fly was fat as fuck with these disgusting around. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, being so adjacent, so in the room, in the event as to be swimming with them, Clinton had to know. He had to.
Yeah,
I mean, by his
Clinton didn't take his
there, he probably knew something.
I'm sure he knew a lot more than he's going to ever tell us.
Oh, he has a hearing coming up, Riddle. Don't worry, he'll say something.
Yeah, you plead the fifth. You plead the fifth, and he'll
I
lie.
did not know that those people were having relations with those children.
All right, and to finish it off, let us go to my friend David Lip.
Very nice.
All right.
Hey, MVP.
Been waiting to have this mic all night. So
Drop it like it's hot.
I mean, I'm you know, like always, I'm gonna play the fence here. There's I gotta be strong behind my stance of always innocent until proven guilty. So I you know, as far as I know, I haven't seen any proof to my face that anybody besides him, you know, did some. But with that, you know, I think that it was in both hands, so it's totally plausible that the second they see information that's incriminating to, you know, one side or the other, they're going to get rid of it, and they're not going to bring it up because they know that there's so many loose ends out there. I mean, there's got to be thousands and thousands of loose ends, you know. So if 9/11, I always say there's no way it was an inside job because there's too many loose ends. Somehow we would have got the truth to it. And this, I think that each side gets a hold of the information, and they know that there's got to be this code that, hey, if we drop the hammer on this guy right here, you know, we know that there's some other information about our guy over here, so we can't do it, you know. And they just destroy that information as soon as they get it. So, but I don't know that for sure. It's just, you know, when you got all this shit going on, you got these pictures, you got all these super wealthy people and wealthy donors. And this Epstein guy, if you look into him, I guess, you know, he would only deal with, if you had $1 billion, then he would take your money. And I think like he would take the money and put it into his own name because there was some walk around where he could, you know, put this money in offshore accounts, and if it came back, it would be a low risk to the person that turned that money over to him in the first place. And if you're talking about people with this kind of money, you know, it seemed like it crossed party lines, and there's enough of these most powerful people in every field, government, Hollywood, entertainment, everything, that were involved with this guy, that that they just know that if they don't handle our guy over here, it's going to drop the hammer on somebody else we don't want it to drop on. But I got no proof of that, so I can't say justice hasn't been served to this point because I got no proof that it hasn't.
All right. Well, then answer that to a further degree. Would you say there is a lack of activity or a lack of vigor in investigating this shit?
Well, I mean, do I think that we've seen every? I think we see the things
more in the sense of the DOJ, like not being apparently gung ho to.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like this, especially the total 180 that this what's the Kash Patel guy?
Yeah,
he was so so into knowing the answer and now just straight faced. Quit looking at this like you're stupid if you think that there's something here, when he was that person that was fighting harder than anybody else to find out. He doesn't seem sympathetic. Like, look, guys, I was you too. Like what you would really be if you came into this situation where you were so sure of something and you found out that wasn't true. You'd be sympathetic to the people that still think it's true. You'd be like, look, man, I know where you're coming from. That was me. I'm telling you. Trust me. I looked at all this stuff. But now, no, he's not like that. He's like, no, you're stupid if you think that there's other stuff there. So it makes me think he's lying.
Oh, man, me and my wife
he's lying.
We're such a couple. I was just going to say, why do you think his deputy resigned? And she said that.
No, he's not. We talked about this a long time ago. Yeah, I think that Kash Patel is fucking lying for sure. He's absolutely lying. Yeah,
it seems like it. So
you don't trust his face?
It's hard for me to, it's hard for me to trust that. Not
anymore.
The justice has been done, but I got no proof. I got no solid proof to believe. But if it did come out that justice hasn't been served, I'm the last one to be surprised about that information.
Yeah.
It's not like there's any such thing as repercussion.
Wow.
What'd you say, Banksy?
I think it's your racism talking. Clearly, you don't like brown man.
Usually, that's exactly right. Usually, you can usually roll the dice, and it's about my racism coming through.
Kash, it's not that good.
I mean, just remember that she's serving 20 years for supposed to be getting girls to men, but we don't know the men's names. Just think about it.
Well, I brought it up too last dance, so I can answer you here on the pub. That's the question. Why did he resign? And why was there a somewhat 180-degree shift on somewhat around the same time by Kash Patel? That's all I was pointing out.
Didn't he make a vague statement himself? Didn't Dan Bongino make a vague statement towards him? Basically, if civilians knew what was actually happening, there'd be something would happen. I can't remember what he said.
You're right. He did, and it was vague, as he stated. But I mean, nobody knows. I don't particularly know why. Maybe wife does, but I know that the timing certainly seems suspicious.
Yeah, it's. I could tell you one reason, and his career would be fucking shit after that. There's no way.
If he's allowed to be alive,
his career would have been ended if he didn't resign. Let's be real here. Wait, he was a podcaster known for. I mean, he used to work in the Secret Service for a previous administration, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a Secret Service guy.
Yeah, like back in the day, and then he went on as a podcast, and then he went on to this administration because Kash Patel really sold it, right? This administration really was like, "Yeah, we're gonna release the Epstein's files day one. We're gonna do this." Total fucking flop. Total fucking lie. All of it. So yeah, absolutely, Bongino should resign. He was about that he built his podcast career on that. So of course he has to resign. He can't stay on board. If he did.
But on the flip side of that, Trump, if he is totally guilty, and he's why is he going to hire this guy that is so into getting to behind, basically what he's been doing
What-
wrong.
What's Trump guilty? What's Trump
Wait,
guilty
Why
of?
would he
though?
hire somebody? Why would he hire that guy?
Wait, hold on. Trump
What's
guilty
the
of what?
suggestion? Yeah, what's the suggestion?
If Trump is guilty of, doing some, horrible shit.
No, that's not
You
what
know.
I'm referring to.
No, I know, but obviously Trump doesn't want to get to the bottom of this.
Well, okay, so
why
I
would he
had
hire? Why would he hire this guy that was so supposedly into finding out the truth of the situation?
Because it would help
if
him get
he
elected.
doesn't want.
Easy.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the only explanation. That's
it's basically
the only
for votes.
explanation.
It's for votes.
And he
obviously.
thought that the guy was controllable and that he could control him the other way. I guess
maybe
Trump's
that's
brilliant.
Maybe that's what he thought. But in any case, what I think about Trump with the whole Epstein thing is that like he doesn't want to. It's not about himself. It's more about like protecting the people that fund him. That's what I think.
I agree, but if you're an odds betting man, he was listed more than anybody else in any of those papers.
Is that true that he was listed?
Yeah,
more
by
than
like
anybody
twice over.
else?
Yes, I think second
know
might
if
be Bill
that's-
Gates.
I don't know if that's
Look it
completely
up.
true at all.
Look it up. Look
He's
it up.
listed
I'm not
in
looking
the
up. I don't give a
release.
shit.
Oh, you don't get. Well, then I really don't take your word for anything. Then
Yeah, no. The thing is, Trump was mentioned over 5,000 times.
mentioned more than anybody else.
What?
Yeah, he was
let me ask-
mentioned. But of course,
Because I'm pretty
but you
sure-
got to
If you opened up a
recognize,
new- if
you
you
got to
opened-
recognize
if you opened up a
Epstein
new
was an
paper.
anti-Trumper and was trying to not get him elected. So he was
Yeah,
funding.
I'm pretty sure he
the
was
Democratic
mentioned so many.
candidates.
Exactly. Like, what context was he mentioned in? And this has been an issue for a while because I'm pretty sure in the original stuff that they released did already have him mentioned many a time.
I didn't talk about context. I said he was mentioned more than anybody else. in
Oh,
the
so
files.
okay, so there you go. So
Yeah. That's
No,
he
that's what my
was
statement was.
mentioned. Like literally.
Hey, Fred. Yeah, but
The thing
hey,
is,
Fred, you were insinuating that he was mentioned loads of times.
Yeah,
that
it's
might
the way-
give
the way
No,
you
I'm not. I'm
But
I'm telling you,
fact
he
is-
was mentioned more than anybody
You were
else.
insinuating.
No.
You
I'm telling you.
insinuated.
if Epstein,
I'm
guys,
telling
if
you a
Epstein
fact.
wrote an
I know
email
it's
saying
hard
"I
for you to
hate
stretch,
Trump,"
Face.
that would go down
I'm
as
telling
being
you a
mentioned
fact.
once.
He was mentioned more than anybody else.
Yeah,
I didn't say
I
anything
mean,
about anything else. That was
another
my
thing,
statement.
Banks. You were insinuating. You were 100% insinuating. You mentioned that he's mentioned more than anyone else, right? And that therefore there might be a connection with the bigger crimes.
Right. The
That's
implication,
an
the
insinuation.
implication, especially by the media, always portrays this as okay. Well, he must be also a pedophile. That's the implication.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Yes,
that's what a lot
I
of
don't know
lefties do.
anything-
They say
I don't know anything about that.
Trump was
So-
mentioned 5,000 times and then
I'm
tried
just
to
saying,
make
if there's
out
a bunch
as
of
if
wrong
he was.
shit going on, and somebody's mentioned more than anybody else.
right, and that's
I-
okay. That's what I'm also saying is that you
Well,
just
this is half-wits like not laws think that a million mentions is evidence.
a million mentions is evidence of nothing.
Wait,
Of
our,
course it
our,
is.
our best buddy, who isn't a half-wit also.
Maybe that's why he's got a 2 in the fucking name because he's half-witted.
No, he's the
Aw.
best
I
guy
don't
ever.
know where they get these. I don't know where they get these million number from because I have the best numbers I've seen has been like 5,000 something. And he's the most mentioned. Where did they get the million from? Is this from the redacted stuff that they suspect, or is this because, by the way, there's
Looks like
still
they're saying
3 million
unredacted.
files that haven't been released?
5,000
how many
is the
mention-
new million.
If it's a million, that's one mention every 3 pages.
Rich,
Come
man.
on, can't be.
Lee's back. Still up.
Hey, in any case, by the way, if he is implicated with Donald Trump, I would arrest him, fucking impeach him, or do whatever that takes. I have no loyalty to Trump, but what I don't appreciate.
Sure, not
Is-
laws. It's a quote. If Jamie Raskin says it, it's true. That's good job, not laws.
It's
That's
technically a quote.
That's true.
Well, I mean, all of them now. If I would say the
Sorry,
same
Riddle.
thing about Bondi, whatever her name is.
Ponzi.
I
Bondo.
mean, all of them are fucking.
Bonzi's
all of them are bullshit. Raskin,
Yeah.
Nads, Bondi.
Look,
Yeah, all
my
this-
my
You ever get
my
to
personal. Oh, sorry. go on.
I was gonna say, like, you would just understand that. Hold on, let me read this now. Donald Trump. Oh, okay, guess not.
Sorry, there. Go ahead.
Sorry, they mentioned more than 1 million times, in the unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files, according to Jamie Raskin. Oh, Jamie Raskin, after his review of the documents in the early 20s. Really? So, not lost. You know what? Why don't you tell us about that?
Let's all appreciate that Last Dance lives in that state.
Yeah, but one thing I want to say in my humble conspiracy theorist opinion is that I think all of these people, Bongino and Patel and all the rest, they were probably good, honest people in this thing going in. And then they get either the call or the talk that, look, there are certain things in this world that you are just not going to expose. And if you do, it's not just you that we kill, it's your entire family. Do you like your children? Do you like them to have grandchildren? Do you like your mother and your brothers and sisters? Yeah, they're all going to find themselves in car accidents. So these people have to do a U-turn, or they just have to, like Bongino, just resign. He realized this is a impossible situation. He can't be around this because he can't actually do the thing he promised, and he has to basically sit and lie through his teeth like Patel. So, it's a career suicide. He checked out when he could. And
Career
he's keeping his
suicide or
mouth
actual
shut.
suicide? You gotta
Wait,
choose.
so
If he doesn't commit,
So
Sorry.
I gotta quit because what you just said. And by the way, you're not wrong because that is how. Well, I mean, maybe you're wrong. I don't know.
I'll say you're wrong.
The theory is not wrong. The theory is not wrong because in politics, assassinations happen all the time and threats happen all the time, right? So maybe he was intimidated into going out of politics, but I don't know. It just seems like maybe it's just like it would be career suicide even without the death threats. It would just like he would have every reason to just step down from this shit because clearly the FBI is covering some shit up no matter what administration it is. They just are.
I would have to strongly disagree with Banksy style. It's not like people wouldn't notice when families are being killed. It's not like there aren't whistleblowers that blow the whistle when they see things that are wrong. The guy that Deep Throat from the FBI that gave up Nixon. Nobody ever did anything to him, and he was basically one of
that was
two or
Epstein.
three candidates. It was Epstein too. People knew who he was within one or two people. So that's not what happened. If Dan Bongino saw that Trump was implicated, he would just either he would go right out and say it or he would leak it. Stuff gets leaked all the time. Highly classified shit gets leaked constantly.
Discord for the win.
Yeah. By the way, I looked that up. It was 2022, and it was for like all military intelligence bullshit. The kid was 21. It's crazy.
Still a no-no. Big no-no.
Yeah,
Who was it
absolutely.
again?
Jack Teixeira.
People-
Is that what you-
Any of the the people that turn on their party though, have not had a good outcome.
Turn other. I mean, yeah. Well, yeah. You're not wrong.
So I mean, if you're gonna leak information that could, if it ever came out that you leaked that information, I would think twice about leaking that information. So I don't know if that's just easy
What
to.
do you mean turning the part? Like what happened? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a good look. Like Last Dance is saying that he would have just leaked the information, Dan Bongino. I mean, I don't know if he would have leaked.
I think he would have just.
I
said
don't know if he saw something.
Dead.
He knows if he leaks that information, that's going to be the end. That's going to give so much power to the other side, which he hates so much. That I think he would hate the information he came across that would prove Trump did something wrong before he would. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying that thinking that he would just leak that information if he found out Trump did something wrong.
I disagree.
You would have to be able to say that he's one of a very few people that even had that information. Like if the whole
That'd be
Senate
just
has that information.
suicide for his party.
It wouldn't bother. I think he he would be happy. It wouldn't be suicide for the party.
You don't think the whole Republican Party would crumble if information came out incriminating Trump that would put him away and take away his presidency? You
No,
don't think
I
that?
don't think that actually.
You don't think that hurt the Republican Party at all?
Well, it would hurt them for sure.
Yeah,
but they wouldn't
hurt, but
crumble.
you said crumble, because let's be real here. There's a lot of Republicans that don't like Trump.
Right.
So
Well, it definitely wouldn't be. I don't think it would be positive for the midterms. Let's put it that way.
Well, that's probably true, but that doesn't mean they would crumble.
And,
Yeah.
and you're also specifically saying if it was just Trump, it's more likely
Losing
that someone's
losing
gonna
power
leak
to the other
information
side is my
to many
definition
people.
of crumble. Maybe it was too strong of a word.
But not just Dan Bongino, but all the agents involved who did the initial investigation. It would have been leaked when it was discovered a long time ago.
I can't disagree with that.
yeah. And by the way, historically, all the midterms always swing anyways. So yeah, let's see how strong this goes to the left.
There's
That's
There's
always
nothing
that's
that's
always
going
what
to
happens.
change the fact that they're not going to want that to happen, and that they're not going to
Well,
think
of
in the
course.
back of their mind that might not
Of
happen,
course, but it happens every time, regardless.
or that that's an unattainable goal to try to reach. to
Let's be
not
real
let
here,
that
though.
happen.
Yeah, I get you, but let's be real here. If you look at political history, it always swings back to left and right. It always does that. So
Yeah,
this
of
would-
course.
would be
Yeah,
surprising.
I've been a big proponent of the pendulum for many years.
Yeah, and
It's
so am I.
terrible because people can't get what they need.
That's
to
why
get
you don't
done,
push that
really.
pendulum so hard in that other direction, because it's going to swing so far on the
I
other
agree.
side that you're going to
You're right.
regret that at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Well,
you are
I
But
right.
wish
you're
I
only
could
going to
re-
realize it until it's over there at that peak over there, and you're like,
I wish I could replay that chop you did.
yeah.
It's gonna swing so far.
So far, it's gonna hit the independents over there. That 30%
Exactly.
voter base.
I heard that. It was like lightning struck when your chop went through the air.
But we'll never touch libertarians, though.
I practiced that chop so many times.
Oh,
We never get any power.
Well, you have you know what? You have bad representation. Not gonna lie,
Who does?
libertarians, like straight up libertarians.
Oh yeah.
There's bad
Yeah,
representation.
they do. Because I really like libertarians, but they never fucking put somebody
thanks.
up there that can do
Yeah.
a damn.
Yeah, because they're all like the representatives, I should say, are ridiculous in my opinion. It's not libertarians that I think are ridiculous. I think it's just the representatives are.
Right. The people that make it
I'm sorry, Dance.
the farthest.
I'm sorry, man.
It's
What?
not like Last Dance. If he was in politics, he would actually be the only politician in memory that I would support.
I would support Dance.
Even though I agree with a lot of what he says.
I got two
I would
votes. Maybe I should run.
trust him.
yeah,
Maybe you should.
I'd vote for
Maybe
you, buddy.
should.
maybe you should Dance.
I would register to vote just for you, and that would have to be your slogan: cutting through the bullshit.
Cutting through. It'd be like a salute, but like cutting through the bullshit. That'd be great.
People would say it's a Nazi salute.
That's because they're
yeah.
retarded.
Right. You're not allowed to salute at all these days or anything. You raise
Last-
it, your
last
arms,
dance.
and
Never wave with your hand up because they can freeze frame it. You know.
also you're white. That works against you.
Last dance.
To be
You're a
honest,
good
with
man.
you,
You're an honest man, and I would vote you in just so I can watch you become corrupt and evil like the rest of them.
Yeah, well,
Because they would destroy
Finally
you.
get my hands on the levers of power.
chances are that is what would happen to him. I'd like to think that it wouldn't, but then I see these people that put their faith in people, and I'm like, how could you possibly think that it would happen any differently? But I would do it for you. I would do it.
Topple, there's too many negatives, double negatives in your last sentence. I don't understand what you're stating in that sentence.
Ooh,
You
class-
don't think he was involved, or you do think he was involved?
He doesn't think he was involved.
Wait, don't not Ned.
I don't believe he
I mean,
wasn't
he-
involved.
Yeah, he clearly says his last sentence.
I know what he's saying.
I
'Cause
don't believe he wasn't involved.
The first
means-
sentence makes clear that he
So
doesn't.
you
believe
take
he
opposite.
was
So it
involved.
means I believe he
was involved.
involved?
But based on his first sentence, it contradicting.
Where is this at? I didn't.
Just like 5 up from chat.
Don't apologize, Topple. It was clear what you meant. They're
It's
just
too much tea.
nitpicking
Too
you.
much Lipton's.
They're just
No, we're just-
nitpicking you because
We're
they're
shit because we know you're.
Well, plus it's a proof. I mean, everybody knows this isn't a theory that you cannot believe a single word that comes out of that man's mouth.
At least
Or-
he is
or his
speaking.
fingers. Or his
At
fingers.
this
I
point, he
say-
doesn't even believe it, so he's just writing everything like in a completely ambiguous manner when nobody knows what the hell he means. He's like, I
Well
don't
done,
believe-
sir.
I do not understand. It's great. It's beautiful.
You know what? He's built a reputation. He knows how to work it. That's for sure.
You has the English, bro.
Well, well, I think we can all agree on maybe this point is that if there was anything on Trump, and I've heard the panel members that you do agree, not all of you, I suppose, but sometimes you mention that basically if they had anything on Trump, they would have fucking spilt the beans on Trump years ago. There's many opportunities. Maybe October last year might have been a good time to release that he was just a little bit
agree with
frisky.
that.
or
I agree
could
with
have
that.
done something.
250%. I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Banksy, are you
yeah.
still
I mean,
awake?
you always do actually on that matter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm so with you.
Just logically, don't you think that that's what they would have done? They'd have leaked it. It wouldn't have been released. They leaked it until someone leaked it, and they'd have given too much away. They wouldn't have cared about the survivor. They'd have named them and all that. It would all come out.
So
They,
that
they
begs
would
the
have,
question,
they would have
what-
leaked it the moment they had it.
So, what's the theory as to why, with all of this information out there, charges aren't being filed? Is it a grand cabal that is against prosecuting these people, or is that there
Yeah.
isn't prosecutable material in the files? What is it?
Well, maybe what's been released is not what the files contain. But
Well,
I'm
let's just say
pretty.
in the last 3 million files, there's
Is
got
Well,
to
they
be
redacted
Is
names.
this,
They've
is this a
redacted.
question for? Is this a question? I'm sorry. Is this a question for everybody or just for just base?
yeah, everybody.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Well,
Base.
you know my answer. There's nothing prosecutable in any of it.
In any of them, right?
any of
That's what you think. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So to me,
Am I
that
wrong?
is the most
Am I
logical.
wrong in thinking that they've?
Otherwise, if you don't agree with Last Dance in the prosecutable sense, then you have to agree. Then there is a greater movement of I don't even know how to describe it, of not allowing or snuffing down the prosecution of things that would otherwise be prosecutable or investigated to be prosecuted.
Like the system's running defense.
Well, you'd have to assume then that there's a greater thing here that's saying we're collectively amongst a lot of people not going to go after this, which is a big
Yes.
stretch.
Well, it's
Yes.
because they haven't released all the files. What I mean, all the files. We're never going to see these real beastly, fucking inhuman acts that has gone on because they're never going to release those files.
But Welshman, how can you believe that every single one of those where they describe baby legs like we think of chicken legs and fucking baby livers and shit and whatever else, and they're describing that, you can't take that the same in the sense of like an email
Why
between
can't
two parties, because that might have
Well,
just been
yeah.
an accusation, essentially a story pulled out of the ether by somebody, but it's unverifiable.
Yeah, I understand you got to check, but I'd like to say one statement. Alex Jones was right again.
Alex fucking Jones. That guy's the biggest
Yes, sir.
He was
fool.
fucking right.
Wait, what?
Yet
Why-
another shekel in the Alex Jones was right,
Hey,
Jar.
hey, do you mean to go back to like
you know what's
2010
funny?
because I've
There he
seen what he was
is.
saying back in.
Quick
Hey,
question.
I've
Last
seen what he was
Dance, are
saying
you
back in
still awake up
2020.
Yeah.
Can you keep an eye on this possible imposter button? Probably just Last Dance's best friend named T215. Keep an eye though. I
All
gotta
right,
go
I'll
to-
keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
we were having
it's
more
him.
fun kicking
Yeah,
you in the
no,
Keep an eye
no,
out.
ban him. Ban him.
What's up, T?
Hey, before you Brits pass out, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I learned a British term today, and I wanted to see if my friend was correct on his meaning of the word. Is there a term called chuffed over there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Even I've
know
heard
you
it.
heard that?
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
thought
That's-
Dance
Yeah.
was American.
I use the word. I actually use the word myself.
Yeah.
Chuff.
If
We
after
use
you
it quite
have a
well.
after you have
Please.
a good, are you chuffed after you have a good wank? Would that be a correct?
Yes. It's your,
use?
you're
Yeah.
pleased.
Yeah. I wouldn't say after a wank. I'm chuffed if something happens as good, as unexpected.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting it, and all of a sudden,
The fuck, dude?
Better than-
say you find £50 on the floor. You go, oh, fucking chuffed about that. Wow,
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Exactly. So it's like an unexpected good thing. Like I
Yeah.
went down to this restaurant and I saw a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in like 10 years. I was well chuffed.
Nice. I was very well pleased is the definition I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck.
But
Pleased or
I think
happy,
I
right?
think surprised is you might have to have a look, but I think surprised is a good word to say as well, because you weren't expecting it. It was something you really weren't expecting, so it was
Okay,
like a gift
Right.
from nowhere.
Right. That makes sense.
Chuffed.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He kept using it in the term like he just accomplished something great and he was chuffed. You know.
As you guys were saying, chafed. Like, damn.
Yeah, after a good wank.
Yeah,
Like, all right. All
yeah,
right.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. I mean,
Also-
you could say
Just apply some lotion. or
There's been some attempt here to suggest that
you see
that
whatever
it
that
would
was.
be- that people wouldn't leak information of Trump's wrongdoing because somehow that would the Democrats would
Nuclear-
someone would leak their information. That's just not how it works. There's no the people don't cooperate who are leakers. It just what would happen is that everything would be leaked. Republicans would leak all the Democrats. Hell be damned. The Democrats would leak
But they
all
wouldn't-
the Republicans.
Only one of them had it though. Only one of them had it at the time, so it would have gone one way, wouldn't it? And then history would have told a different story because odds on, because the one person was in power at the time. Say the Dems were in power.
Well,
you
it's
know.
it's even more so than that, based because the deep state, and I say this as someone who is a member, is overwhelmingly liberal and democratic.
Surely.
Can you please repeat that statement?
A part of it,
Okay.
the deep state,
Show me
is
the cross.
overwhelmingly liberal and democratic.
No, right before
Show
that.
me your skull and crossbone handshake.
So even right now, the federal government that Trump runs and is controlled by Trump is overwhelmingly liberal and democratic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong about that.
Yeah. Infested.
Did you guys? I do want to shift a little bit here. Did you guys hear about the El Paso party balloon event
What the
this week?
Well, certainly I heard that there was a party balloon that was shot down. Now,
is this a Chinese fucking party balloon? Jesus.
no, it wasn't a
it's
Chinese balloon.
it was
Literally,
Mexican.
it was a
Oh.
Mexican party balloon.
All right,
Okay.
let me give you the timeline real quick. All right, so
Okay.
February 10, the Pentagon releases a new weapon that is from Raytheon Technology, I believe, that can look at a bunch of drones in the sky and shoot a microwave at it and knock a bunch of them down. So they deploy this thing and they see what they believe are drones, so they shoot them all down. And the next day, they shut down El Paso airport for 10
Airspace.
days.
Not
10
just the
days.
airport, the entire airspace.
With only saying special security reasons. So people are freaking out because this is like the biggest shutdown since 9/11. And the next day, it's released that was a balloon. There's a party balloon. And so people are giving them so much shit right now that it went from something's wrong, we got to shut down, we might be under an attack, to it was a party balloon. I think that was a big deal. I thought that was a little bit funny.
You know how much it costs to shut down an airport for 10 days?
They only ended up shutting it down for one
Oh,
night.
wait, was this
Even
the
that was
excuse?
very
Oh.
expensive.
Was this the excuse for in New Mexico? You said, right? That they said the cartels were sending
El
drones.
Paso, Texas.
Oh, El Paso,
El Paso.
Texas. Oh shit. Okay, because this reminds me of what happened a couple days prior to that, where there was drones apparently used from the cartel that shut down an airport for similar reasons, I guess. I'm not sure.
Well,
if you guys
I think that's the same story, and you're only remembering that the government said it was from the cartel, which they later.
There it is, RW. That's the balloon.
That's not it. I wish it was.
That's a
Oh, is that,
taco.
like, is that what the government said? Because I'm pretty sure the news outlets were saying that.
No,
Well, they
I
just
made
repeat
that.
what
I
they-
used AI to make that, and it was.
Is that meant to look like a taco?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a taco with rocket.
It's an attack.
It's an attack. It's an attack.
That's pretty good.
Taco.
Where was it spotted? Over New Mexico.
Over El Paso.
Look here at the machine gun. Where's the bullets come from? There's no magazine. There's no anything.
They're built into the taco. Are you?
It
Do you not
yeah,
understand how the thing works?
Maybe
Dude.
it's old school and it just you preload them like in the
Self-fed.
tube, like a Henry
It's a-
repeater.
It's a top loader from the
Jeez, bro.
taco.
It's like a Lee Enfield. It's got three on
Oh
the
my
top.
goodness.
I don't know. That's goofy.
It's a free
Trigger,
holy
trigger
fire.
warning. That'd be great. T. By the way, Cup. T. That's a good addition.
It's
Trigger
funny,
warning.
but at the same time, it's a little concerning that our military can fuck up that hard. Like,
Oh, they do that all the time. I
They
wasn't
fuck up all
even
the time.
slightly surprised.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure every military fucks up all the time. We're just the one with the big scope on us all the time.
They fuck up all the time, and yet they manage to fake the moon landing.
there you go.
Look at that.
There's a side swipe.
That's the military.
Oh yeah, I see.
that was
I see what
Hollywood.
you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do.
And 9/11.
You were not going to change the topic that easy. Okay,
Last
relax.
Dance is so excited to get into these subjects.
Based, good to see Trigger based.
And
Well, I heard you say. I heard you say earlier on, Aphid, about 9/11 being a real thing, and I thought, oh goodness me,
Like
No one
it
mentioned
was real. But
no one mentioned the Strang shooting in Canada. I was kind of surprised. I thought
Oh, you know what?
someone might
You're
have
Yeah.
mentioned it.
You were absolutely right.
Nah, we don't really go over ultra tragedies here. Like, that's not our game.
well, she wasn't trans. She was a female, according to Canadian media.
There was a gun person.
It was a mass
Oh
shooting.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there was a mass shooter. There was a trans person in Canada like last week.
That's right. And they didn't want to call him a gunman.
Yeah, gun person.
Gun person.
They said gun person.
That-
gun person.
Why are we protecting an individual that
You know what's funny?
make those decisions? I don't.
A mass murderer.
If you call somebody
Right.
a gun person, you immediately know transgender.
And they said we can't name him because we got to tell us, it's got privacy issues. That's what he said.
Scone was
You
pissed
can't
too.
make
Like,
this up.
it was interesting to hear him vent on his feed the other night because he was
Who?
really attached to that Anticorp.
Who was?
Speaking
the
of
guy
tragic
that took TV.
events,
Scum,
I'm leaving.
scum.
Oh,
Leaving?
See you guys. I'm gonna go
All
watch
right.
some Better Call Saul.
Saul
All right.
calls. All right,
Later,
enjoy
man.
it, brother.
Good talking to you.
All right,
Good
take
to
care,
have
guys.
you.
Later.
Peace,
See ya.
be well.
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. No, I'm just kidding.
You heard Aphid's films?
He has feelings. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the,
Aphid does
Yes,
not have
yes.
feelings.
one more whiskey last
Yeah.
night.
I'm just kidding.
So,
One more whiskey.
No.
so basically, if you Google this transformer, you'll find that not just Canadian media, but all Western media were describing as a female or like you said, as a gun person, but I think that was mainly Canadian media as a gun person.
I'm only aware of
The
Canadian
rest of
media.
the world, the rest of the world was literally referring to her as a she, which is crazy because they also airbrushed her photo. Obviously, this thing looks like a dude.
I think they've been doing that with quite a few people in the news lately. I think that's kind of
they've done it with that. They've done it with that nurse, didn't they? Done it with that nurse. They airbrushed him out, not to look like a big nosed Jew.
What?
And
You guys have a great night. Peace.
I'd like
Later,
to see.
All right. Great talking to you, Banksy.
Was this a kid?
I'd like to see
Yeah, it was
the
a kid.
parents get the chance to airbrush the mass murderer. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, dude. What's odd is like, why are we talking about the trans aspect when it's actually like the act of that person that's even worse? Like what?
Well, because there's a connection between trans people and mass shooting, and there has been.
But we don't
about 4
know.
or 5
I'm
years
not
now.
aware of
I thought that was white
the
kids.
information of why in this event. Just two.
Well, there's about seven trans mass shooters in North America as a continent.
So it
in
is
the last 4 or 5 years.
It's
That's
important.
big numbers for trans.
It's important to know because you want to know the motivations of why these mass shootings happen, right? Because it seems like it's orchestrated. It seems like that, and then all of a sudden, now you have different types of people shooting it. Look, you can roll your eyes all you want, Dance, but like it seems like some of these, not all of them, but some of them are orchestrated.
Which one is orchestrated?
Oh, which one?
None
in
of them are
particular?
orchestrated. That's crazy. What do you mean orchestrated?
Oh, I mean, it seems like okay, maybe orchestrated is a strong word to use, right? But they're definitely. It seems like they're allowed to have the FBI. The FBI is. It's funny because we always find out that they're aware that these people, like the FBI, knows about them, but they let it happen anyways. Why did they let it happen?
What do they know about them?
That they had mental problems and they had access to guns.
Well, that's only about 50 or 60 million people in the United States. So,
I'm sorry, how many people are in the United States?
300
with mental problems, it's about
no, that's not what I
50
said.
Millions.
That's not
How
what
many
I said.
people
That's not what I
total?
asked.
Like, let's say 350 million.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and you said 50 million
Yeah.
with mental problems.
Sounds about right.
I mean, if we're gonna go by Last Dance's very technical aspect of how we go about everything, then let's do that. Let's be a dick. Sure.
So that's 1 in 7 people.
You could never be a dick like me.
You're right. We can never
Don't-
compare.
Never. Don't even imagine.
I would not want to.
I believe there's a connection with trans individuals and sort of mass shooting in North America. I really do think there's a connection. He shot his mother, and his mother was the one.
And his brother.
According to according to the social media posts, was the one
Right.
who basically, not praised it, but encouraged it, shall I say, and was all fully locked in. And it's funny how this person decided to kill the mum.
Yeah, the whole thing is fucked up,
Yeah,
and
wow.
it's really disturbing that there was a trend going around here where parents were using the excuse of, well, if my underage person doesn't get I'm trying to go through this in the cleanest way possible, doesn't get a certain surgery, they are going
Don't bother.
they're going to end their,
Self-delete.
self-delete.
Say it.
So that to me means that person has a severe mental disorder, and the correction for that is not necessarily mutilating surgery, but possibly maybe therapy until they're an adult and they can maybe have time to think of this decision maybe for a year or two as an adult, and then even then they should still probably have to pay for it on their own, but they should not be unallowed to have it as an adult. But I'm just saying, like, doing this to people when they're prepubescent or interpubescent during the time of it happening, when they haven't even had their hormones fully like happen, so they don't really know what the hell's going to happen, making these decisions. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. At least let the thing finish and then have a little thought after. Like, we all went through puberty, all of us here. You know how fucking much of a mental case you could be. You shouldn't be giving kids in that state the decision to make like life-altering physiological decisions.
You become a lifelong patient, by the way. You're lifelong from that point as well when you've had the op.
Yeah, if the state gives that... Go ahead.
Well, let me just finish on the parents. So the problem is with the trans, I've been involved in it, not hugely, but I know other YouTubers who have, and they've had major problems. Very hostile, like the most hostile reception you're going to get in the UK for protesting anything will be the trans ideology people, especially the parents. Because what has happened is their children have been harmed for life. If they change their opinion and think that actually maybe I was wrong, they can't do that, because to then realize that you're a parent and you've encouraged and green lighted horrible things to happen to your teenage or barely adult children. You can't live with yourself. So the way that the ideology reacts is so extreme. I can tell you personally, they're not extreme in the sense of beating you up so much. They're just extreme in their methods of harming you or your family. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
It's the worst. Next.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you can't say trans mental health in chat. You can say the word trans and you can say mental health, but if you put them in the same sentence, it won't allow it.
YouTube is so stupidly, their censorship is so stupid and clumsy.
That's
amazing.
purposeful, though.
Yes.
It's Google.
Why can we not have that argument? That's odd.
Yeah, by the way, I noticed the word orchestration really triggered Dance. Why is that?
Orchestration.
Yeah.
Like it's an organized event instead of a random act.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it's organized.
I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. Claiming he's backing, sure, absolutely.
I just think there's a common denominator, and that's mental health.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think there is. Yeah, you're right.
There's a little bit.
Go ahead.
There's a little bit of a change in Minnesota. I've noticed that there's a bunch of stuff going back and forth on both sides from courts. Like they're trying to stop the ability for ICE to do certain things. They're trying to allow ICE to do certain things. So there's a lot of political crap. But they have started to arrest legal observers that are following them in their cars. So that's it. People are outcrying against that. I think that's definitely debatable because there's a difference between legal observation and hindering law enforcement, in my opinion. And the other thing is that they pulled out a bunch of ICE agents from Minnesota because the state police are now working with them in certain scenarios, so they don't need as much. And Homan, I believe, said that their operation is on the large scale down there. So,
well, you can't call them legal observers unless you know exactly like what every single one of them is doing. Following ICE in a car is legal, but getting even within any, it's a unreasonable thing to be able to call them a reasonable observer.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, if you're following anybody in a car, wouldn't that just be called harassment and stalking?
No,
especially if you're doing it to a federal agent, then you should absolutely be arrested for it.
Harassment and stalking have specific legal definitions, and those would not meet them.
You can do it from a certain
Dance
distance.
is like an AI. He's like a developing AI. Dance.
No,
is
he's
like
right. Because what I was going to say is
Thank
you can do it from
Yeah,
a
he
certain
is
distance.
AI. He is AI.
You can do it from a certain distance and be completely not breaking the law, but
Correct.
it's very, very dicey if ICE starts to get pissed and slams on their brakes, and then you get too close, they jump on with guns. They can create a scenario where you are breaking the law in about 2 fucking seconds, and I'm sure every one of them.
I was thinking, why don't they just like pull them over at the police? Because basically they're forcing them into committing driving offences. When you pull them over, from what I see from the police, they can quite often impound your vehicle. I don't know if that's the case in reality, but you do see vehicles. I see it quite often get impounded. I mean, that'll be a good way for a start, just to piss them off and then pull them over and just waste their time. You know?
Well, it's the old adage, Welshman, don't give them a reason. When they have one reason, one tiny fucking reason, one tiny light that flickers.
They'll find something easy.
Yeah, exactly. They'll always find something. But who was next? Someone was going to start saying something?
So you're allowed to follow anybody around if you're not keeping a safe distance. You're allowed to follow them all the way around.
Yeah.
I thought that was harassment. So I got
in the UK it is. In the UK, two separate occasions like that is harassment. So
Yeah, I
it'll be 2 different days.
I want to follow up on that for sure. I want to emphasize that
I can see if you're found at a safe distance, but if you're found, whatever.
Wasn't there a judge ruling that said, it was obscure. That there was a judge ruling that said, yeah, you can follow them from a safe distance, but there was no clarification on what the distance was.
Oh.
Well, that's for one reason, because it isn't going to be the same all the time. You know, if you're in some situations, you could cause a traffic jam and prevent the law enforcement officer from safely egressing.
Right. So do you think since you can't actually calculate that properly, do you think that's a fair ruling?
Yes, it is.
Oh, really?
Mean,
I disagree with you, but that's fair. Why?
If you
because different occasions deserve different restrictions. I mean, for example, a crime scene would be small if it's just petty crime. If it's a murder, they'll tape off the whole fucking block. So it's different than the horses for courses.
Exactly. It's each situation is unique. But I'll tell you this: if you follow around a police officer, you have the right. But if you're taking a risk, especially when you don't know what the situation he's going to get into. And if you're following him around, does obstruct him in some way that perhaps you never intended to, but whether you intended to or not, if you do end up obstructing him, you are liable for that obstruction.
Yeah. Okay. So I think there's slippery slopes on both sides of this argument, right? Now, because you could be like, oh, well, if we're not allowed to observe our police, then they could just take advantage, do whatever they want. But also, if these people are just being harassed and I say harassed, which is being followed, right?
Wait. Why do you say right? Are we supposed to agree with you when you say right? Is that some sort of
seem to be?
I'm sorry. Maybe this is my personality flaw. I'm sorry. You don't have to agree with me at all.
I don't know. You keep saying right.
You could just condescendingly say okay. That's what you could do, like a normal person.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. As simple as that, dude. Anyways, so when they follow ICE or federal agents or local police, you shouldn't be allowed to do that, right? Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nod your head. Okay.
Sure.
So anyways, you just threw me off for that one.
So are these people found and then updating everybody where their location
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're doing. They could be updating
but
people.
is that breaking a law in some way? That really
No.
isn't. That's not
Technically,
breaking a law.
technically, no observation, but you don't know what they're doing.
I
with their phone.
disagree with it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not really breaking a law. I
You're
guess.
right. You're right. But you don't know what they're doing because you made a good point
Yeah.
right there. You don't know what they're doing. They could be contacting somebody to do something later on to
Set
follow
up
them
a
somewhere
ambush.
else, or some whistleblowers, literally, like when it comes to ICE. You never know.
Whistleblowers, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like that kind of stuff is, it should be put into question. I think it's
So just to give you a little bit more flavor on this, the U.S. District Judge Kate Menendez issued an injunction preventing federal agents from stopping vehicles following them, but the 8 U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals blocked it.
Oh, okay.
So on a higher legislative level, it's being supported for ICE to be able to stop people from crossing a line in their legal observations.
Okay, say for example, I was a postman, right?
All right.
And someone followed me.
Husband always
So-
rings twice.
Okay.
So I'm a postman. I'm just thinking about it now. I'm giving this hyper.
Hey, there you go. Now you get it.
Well, I'm going to give you this hypothetical.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a postman and I've got this stalker, and she keeps on following me, but she keeps her distance. She
Sounds
doesn't
hot.
say hello to me. She just stays back, and like every day, I near enough see her every day following me, right?
Is
For
she-
like a
Is she
period of time.
Is she hot? I mean, are we
Yeah.
talking? This kind of sounds like
No,
a
she-
porno, honestly. Like chicks
The
following
postman.
postman.
Just to
I don't
get
think
it back
the story's
on.
working out the way you want it to, buddy.
Yeah, but okay, she's a munter, right? Just to get it back on. She's a
She's
munter.
absolutely
She's a
fun.
crazy
I
munter.
don't know what that means,
Yeah,
but it doesn't sound good.
apart from being ugly, her personality is dangerous as well. So it's like all the red flags are going, all the red flags, just to get you back on point. But she makes no contact with me at all when she's following me. She just follows me. Right? Is that harassment? Because in the UK, 2 separate occasions that would be harassment, and I believe in
Yeah.
America.
You don't believe you
someone
don't want
followed
it. You don't
you-
want it, right? You don't like that. You don't want it.
Well, yeah. If that happened in any other profession in America, I believe there would be a case going up for that as well.
Yeah, that's
Because-
stalking. That's strip stalking. Yeah.
And that would be very much identical. Even, but it's more aggressive in this because you see them. They have interactions sometimes.
Yeah,
and they get
it's-
really violent talking.
With
But
ICE,
did
with
this-
ICE, right?
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
these protesters, they get verbal sometimes, and they get like verbally violent.
Oh, look at
But
the
like she doesn't. My stalker doesn't. But I know for my fact there'll be a case against the stalker in a flash. And I just can't see the difference. They look very similar to me.
So based, I've states, we're a state system and different states have different laws. So I
Yeah,
picked out a few and I asked Google Gemini to pick a few out. So California requires stalking requires that you willfully, maliciously, and repeatedly follow or harass another person and make a credible threat with the intent to place that person in reasonable fear for their safety.
I can see the first half, but not the second half when it comes
Yeah,
to
that second half, the latter is open to interpretation.
Yeah.
So then there's also a harassment is defined as knowing and willful course of conduct that seriously alarms, annoys, torments, or terrorizes a person and serves no legitimate purpose.
Now, is this only against an individual, or can it be against
You're getting this from Gemini?
like ICE?
That you
No,
pay
it's
for?
only against an individual.
Is it the same
Who's that?
terminology or legislation
I'm
if it's
sorry.
against an agency?
The ICE thing I'm not trying to get at here.
Okay.
It might be good to put a definition down for harassment in America to see what the legal definition is.
Now,
It does
in New
make
York,
sense.
it's different.
All right, so let's clarify.
It does leave a lot open for the arresting officer or whomever is in the harassee's position.
Yeah, so they get arrested, wouldn't they? In my hypothetical, they would get arrested under what we've just heard.
A lot of times, if there seems to be some ambiguity here in the definition.
Well, there is always ambiguity, and yes, there is
law, man.
There is definitely ambiguity, and that is how much of this is in the eye of the beholder.
Right. So bias. Yes, the eye of the beholder.
Okay.
Which way do you choose to perceive it?
If you guys want to talk about bias and legislation, let's talk about Trump suing himself for $10 billion.
It's not himself, it's the country.
I'm sorry.
The country. Oh,
It just happens to work out that he's suing himself.
Well,
I think that's unethical.
He's
Of course
suing
it's
the
unethical.
general fund, which is paid for by taxpayers.
But it's not even a court hearing; it's a dictation.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, and the new guy that came on insisted that it couldn't be. There would be legal, judicial oversight of this.
Jeff, right?
Yeah, I would have to see that to believe it. That's all.
I'm out of here, chaps. Nice.
See you, Welsh.
Great talking to you, Welsh. You have a great week.
See you, Welsh, man.
And you. Boys.
Farewell and adieu.
I don't know how much you guys have left in you. There's a couple more things on my plate.
Yeah,
What do
we
we
can.
got here?
We should probably move on,
11:09.
right? What you got?
Let's see what song Jack's playing here in Key West.
Huh? What?
At some time tonight, if you're interested, Dance, I would like to hear why you consider the court case that was won by civilians in Alabama as unique or special with the traffic and towing.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I want to get some beers for this. Sounds fascinating.
Whoa, you got all Joker on us.
I promise it will not be fascinating.
You got a Joker, Steve. You got a Joker on us right there for a
Let
second.
me grab my dagger.
Okay. Oh
There it
boy.
is.
I got a question for y'all. Got enough
Yeah.
for your wife about this. So, if you buy a pizza pie, do you put it? If you have slices left, do you leave it in the fridge, or do you leave it in the oven, or just out overnight?
In the
Fridge.
box on the table, man. Come on.
Okay.
Wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. Say it again.
If you have extra slices of pizza left, do you put it in the refrigerator, or do you just leave it in the box on top of the table or somewhere?
Oh, geez. Well, first off, it depends on the size of the pizza and what the situation is, right?
Just a regular pizza.
Oh, just
Nothing
regular
special.
pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, overnight? Then
Yeah.
I don't know. Put it in the fridge,
Oh, all right.
I guess.
I don't have
Shit.
room in the fridge, so we left it out. And she says it's bad pizza now. I'm like, no, pizza doesn't go bad.
It
Well,
does
not-
go bad.
Yeah, I mean it goes bad after a while,
Well,
but
no,
not
one day.
overnight.
24 hours.
You're probably all right, but
Pizza
we
is
should
okay.
refrigerate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pizza's
oh,
okay for one day. That's about it. That's about
You're
it.
walking the line, bro. If you
Exactly.
did this every day, constantly, you'd probably be, festering some rough
Yeah,
gut
exactly.
bacteria there. But
I know pizza goes bad. I'm just saying for
Hey, but
24
you know-
hours. Over
No,
Yeah, no, but I wouldn't
no,
say
that's fine.
I wouldn't
24
say
hours
eat
is fine.
unrefrigerated 24-hour pizza every day. You're okay once in a grand while, but this is not
Hilarious.
something you should repeat. It's
I
gross.
always eat cold pizza left out.
No, you're fine.
I've never
24 hours
thought-
is good. 24 hours is it still marks the check.
25 now? That's pushing it.
All
It
right.
does
You know
depend on
what,
the
dude?
toppings, though.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do an experiment for us.
I did. I just did. I'm eating one right
Yeah.
now. This is
Well,
actually
leave
my
it out
time.
longer and
Yeah,
longer, and tell us at what point you get sick, and I'll pay you for the last pizza that you used.
Different
Uh,
honey.
toppings,
Does
right?
honey go bad? Does honey go bad?
No. Honey does
Pizza
not
and
go
honey
bad.
are not the
Why
same
you
thing.
eating
though.
the honey pizza?
No. I'm just asking a question.
You're
What
you're
the
apples
hell?
and oranging.
I'm here for knowledge.
Honey
Okay,
does
well,
not
okay.
go
that's
bad.
an
Well,
apples and orange.
it sounded
that's
like
apples
you
and orange knowledge,
knew.
buddy.
It sounded like you already knew that question. You already knew the answer to that question. Like, why would you ask that?
So if I put honey on the pizza, we're good though.
Oh, that's not how it works.
Honey's not going to disinfect it. Honey's not going to help. Now, if when the pizza was still warm from being initially cooked, you coated it with honey, then now you might be adding a preservative to it. But if you let the pizza spoil, then add the honey after the fact, the pizza is still spoiled. You're not reversing this.
By the way,
you can't unmake a pancake. You can't fucking make spoiled pizza good again by adding honey. Possibly if you cooked the shit out of it for and made it like
yeah, it's not
darker
Korean. It's not Korean baby stem cells, dude. Come on.
But yeah, I mean, honey ain't gonna.
It's just honey.
I'll tell you what. If you immerse it in a giant pot of honey, then yes, that will protect you.
So why is fruitcake never go bad?
It never goes good.
That's good because it was never good to start with.
That's right.
So,
There's nothing for bacteria to grow on.
It makes a
Because
good
bacteria
good weapon.
have
After.
the same reaction to fruitcake.
That's
as humans
absolutely
do.
right.
Yeah, I'm going to save this and pass it on to my some other bacteria.
I personally am one of the few people on earth that likes fruitcake, but
Okay, now we know where I'll send the fruitcake to.
yeah, there's good fruitcake out here in New England. It's a thing. Fruitcake is good.
Ugh. Candied fruit, man. Ugh.
That's the thing. It's not made with candied. It's made with fresh.
I gotta ask:
Ooh.
is it the stereotype? Like, say there's a whole fruitcake and it just gets left out. Does it really solidify? Like that crazy?
I don't know. They get eaten real quick up here in the Northeast.
I mean, like if it's left out, like if it's just left out for like a day or two, does it really solidify like that bad? A
It
fruitcake.
depends on
Honestly,
the
I
fruitcake.
can't answer that. I don't know.
Depends on the fruitcake.
So I asked Google Gemini, why doesn't fruitcake go bad? And it has an answer if anybody's
Whiskey?
interested.
Is it because of alcohol?
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
All right.
Please tell me.
Alcohol, the alcohol shield. Alcohol is a powerful disinfectant, and it also inhibits the growth of mold and bacteria that would otherwise feast on the cake's protein. And the other one is that it's got a lot of like honey. It's got a lot of
Sugar.
very dry, high density sugar.
Yeah.
And if bacteria lands on it, instead of multiplying, the sugar sucks the juice out of the bacteria and kills it.
Right.
Sucks the water out.
It preserves.
Why do I get the feeling that you're going to become way too dependent upon AI?
And fruitcake.
Let me ask Gemini that. Let me ask Gemini that. Why am I going to become too dependent on AI?
Well, it's because you already paid for me, baby. That's
Sorry,
fine.
you have run out of credits.
You've paid for me like
There is a
what do you,
limit.
how much did you pay for it? How much did you pay?
So I got a deal.
Ooh,
oh,
buy.
God, deal! Oh, wow!
$5 a month for the
Ooh.
first 2 months,
Ooh.
and then after that,
7,000.
$8 a month.
Oh,
Oh, that's way cheaper than I thought. Dude, I was
For a
told
year?
StreamYard went up to $40 a month.
I think it did. Yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, thank you for your sacrifice, Steve.
Hey, man, I could help you out, buddy.
All right. Send something in the airmail
All
or
right,
whatever.
I think I can get my hands on some.
You got
Drone
Venmo?
delivery. Drop it right on his front lawn.
It's awfully kind. You don't have to, but thank you. But yeah, send something. It's great.
At least they gave you a bunch of new features and quality improvements with the new cost. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's there. We got. I could use it in a boardroom meeting, and then I could stream it to other meetings around the country or I don't know. Apparently, people use this for more than just bullshitting online. They use
Everyone
it for,
uses Teams anymore.
Yeah,
Hey, I have a question. Why does if you're gonna put like a duck in front of a point that you're gonna say, what does that mean?
It means it's Duck AI.
What?
It's the AI he's using is Duck.
Is duck?
Duck, duck, go.
That's
Yeah.
an AI. Duck, duck, go.
When you search in the browser with the DuckDuckGo browser, like I use DuckDuckGo. No, I think this is Chrome, but on my anyway, fuck it. Just like in Google, when you search Google, it gives you an AI response at the top now.
Duck
then-
failed to mention gullibility.
Oh,
Right.
Can you get rid of the duck?
So that's what I'm asking Cap basically. English model Cap. It says every time sometimes he puts the duck in front of something that he has to say, right? Dependence on AI can arise from his convenience, efficiency, accuracy, blah blah blah. Duck failed to mention gullibility. So what do you when you put a duck in front of whatever you have to say? Basically, you're trolling, or
Is that it? Might be a copy paste deal.
Yeah.
Well, Bottle Cap, why do you put the duck in front? Let's ask him. He has his own.
Yeah. He's
reasons for
done this. He did this earlier. He said
Yep.
AI is woke.
Quote. Oh, so it's probably copy paste. That's why.
It's a duck go AI quote.
Whoa.
It's a duck go AI quote. No, that's not what. It's not true. That's not true because earlier today you said you put the duck first and you said AI is woke. I guarantee you that's not what happened when you searched it through your thing. Was what you're referring to, right?
AI
No,
is woke?
you're doing this because you're trolling.
I don't know. I like the duck. Stop trying to discourage him.
Steve,
No, I'm
is there
curious
anybody
about
in
the
your
duck.
crew that supports
just
the
the
climate
duck.
change narrative?
It's a beautiful mallard.
Clock change.
What?
Is there
RW?
anybody in this group
curious
that
about the
comes on
duck.
here that supports the climate change narrative?
Oh,
No,
AFED does. AFED does.
he's not here.
I know.
No, not at the moment. I mean, just as that's part of the pub family.
No, Aphid doesn't really.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. I
Okay,
can't
because there's
speak
a
for-
major
conversation.
movement on that this week, and
Movement.
Oh, the
Okay, so
yeah,
all right.
the Trump administration's
the EPA.
rescinding the EPA rule. Yeah,
yep,
I think
that's
it's great.
huge, man.
I think it's great.
I think
It's
it's
going to
great,
open
too.
a lot of industry and cut a lot of tape, but there's going to be a lot of pissed off people.
Don't care. It's fake. It's fake outrage. There's nothing there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, looks like I got my answer as well.
What I'm surprised is that he didn't do it on day one.
Too much, too fast.
Nah, come on.
Wait, who?
Didn't he drop the Paris Agreement day one?
Wait, who? Wait. Oh,
Was
yeah.
that his last term?
All these agreements are
Yeah, that was the
way
first
too.
one, right?
They're way too myopic. Okay, you can't solve a worldwide problem with a local control. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Right.
Wait. What is the issue? I missed it. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Sorry, the exact issue is that the Trump administration revoked an EPA rule that classified greenhouse gases as a threat to public health, requiring federal regulation. So this strips the EPA of the authority to regulate carbon dioxide and methane emissions.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I'd be actually on board a little bit for that because I live in a state where they heavily use that to tax you higher.
Yeah, exactly. And
Well-
like in my foolish state, Maura Healey, the governor at a press conference, crosses her legs and says, "I shut down one of those pipelines." Yeah, we're a tiny fucking state, you fucking retard. Like
Tell
we're
me,
we're the ones who are paying higher prices. You're not saving the world. You're only hurting us or your fucking residents, you fucking moron. Like she acts like she's up there, like she's controlling the entire world of carbon emissions by shutting down a pipeline to her constituents here in Massachusetts. It's fucking maddening, dude. It's fucking maddening. And there's other places around the world that this happens where they're like, gonna do these extreme things that are only gonna really hurt the people that live there, and they're really not gonna help the global scheme. It's the ultimate fucking virtue signal, and people are lapping it up. I'm so fucking stupid. Yeah, charge us more. Shut down the pipelines. Why is my gas bill so high?
Text
What
me
the
harder,
fuck?
Daddy. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous, dude.
It's funny too because there was a successful docking of the Dragon capsule with the ISS today. And to get that bad boy up there, we had to shit out serious emissions to get that one capsule up to the ISS.
Oh yeah. Tonnage.
Tonnage.
Yeah, like how many hundreds of thousand miles of cars would that have taken? You know?
I don't know. I'm also curious what type of knowledge will gain from the ISS, the science and everything that's done in low gravity. I mean,
Yeah.
are we just throwing tax dollars away, or are we going to benefit with some breaking beneficial technologies?
I bet you we will only reap the benefits 30 years later.
30 years later,
For
I'm
us-
just curious
for
what
us,
those would
as a
be.
regular citizen.
Like what?
Yeah.
How does low gravity science? I mean, I can understand if it's for future space travel, but how does it benefit us on Earth?
Oh,
I mean,
I
you
don't
know, how can it benefit you, or how does it benefit you?
How can it? How will it? What science can be done in low gravity that will benefit gravity?
sealed vacuum technology. Absolutely.
How about manufacturing in space? In order to do that, you need to have a lot of experimental results before you put up a factory out there.
Right.
Of course, the first thing we'll manufacture are weapons to destroy each other. So,
Or
So
or
what are
McDonald's.
you saying? The benefit of manufacturing
Yeah.
is
I think one of the most beneficial things ever was sealed vacuum technology that we from space, exploration.
That's something we have already gained.
Yes, from specifically space exploration.
vacuum
Yeah,
tube.
Okay.
Now you mean like what can be better improved upon that, right?
I'm just curious, like, there's something that we're throwing tax money at, and I'm just curious on the return on investment.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I think that we'll never really know what the hell they're. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think you just yawned. That's all it was.
Oh, it sounded like like he wanted to say something, kind of yawn.
it was a cough.
I think it said it quite a bit.
Okay. Well, he doesn't agree with me. That's fine. But I think it's an
Well-
interesting question. Oh my god.
What do you guys think?
I'm out of ideas. It's up to you, man.
Oh.
All right. I'm
that's
say it was a great pub, and let's
Yeah.
let's say good night.
Okay.
Good night.
night.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, Smoke Steve, for
Thanks, Tom.
hosting, and have a great week. And all the rest of you have a great week too.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
man.
I
Have a great week.
appreciate
Thanks
you
for-
guys. Have a good night.
Yeah.
All right.
Good talk,
Take it easy.
everybody. Thanks for
All right.
thanks for
Thanks,
streaming, buddy.
Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody. All right. I always, as usual, do really appreciate you guys, everybody being here. And it was a fine night. Rousing conversation. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for being here. English bottle cap, cup of tea. Wife, always the best. Riddler, Topple, RW. Yeah. Looks like I got everybody. Besides, like the 30 other people who were here, and to all of you who I missed, thank you. I'm gonna play a little guitar. out of tune. No picks. Working blue. Thanks for being here. You're the best. We'll all keep our eyes open for Scum TV if somebody of that name happens to be available, and let's all join him if he does. If not, have a nice night, everyone. Be well. Hey, look at that guy. Who's that? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Do it. Do it.